Yo, 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 what's up? What's up? It's your boy BBO Boxing and Prize Fight in the building. How's everybody doing? We
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
We back. We back. Took a
We in
day
here.
off trying to get the schedule together, but we got a lot to talk about. What we got on the list today, Prize Fighter?
Man, we got the fight recap, man. We was a day late, man. Before we get started, man, make sure y'all subscribe and hit the smash for your boys, man. We doing what we doing. But did you see the fights this weekend?
Yeah, I seen them this weekend.
Which one you like the best?
Um, None of them.
Wow.
I
Damn.
didn't like none of them. I didn't like none of them, and then I'm gonna tell you why. The main reason why I ain't like none of them is the fact that when we watched the guys fight, man, it just was predictable. Only fight that really gave me any type of yeah something was that Fedora fight, because Fedora, man, he looked like all world. I thought he was about to really do something special. So
Yeah.
that was the only person that really had me, man. But but the thing I gotta say is, because I forgot to tell my man Prize Fighter, man, I got an OG that's supposed to be coming with us, helping us today, because he bring like a history to the fight game that we don't really talk about as much, and that's my man Bruce. Let me see
Mm.
if he's still on here. Hold on one second.
Yeah, cue him up.
Bruce, what's up, man?
BVO, what's happening, brother? How you doing, man?
How's it going,
Appreciate
man? We had to bring the boxer historian out today. Me
Yeah,
and my
yeah.
man
Salute
Prize
to you.
Fighter. We had
Salute
to
to you,
bring
my
you out.
brother. Yeah.
Salute to
So
you, Price Fighter.
Salute to you, my brother.
So let me ask you this: do you think Shakur Stevenson is what you thought he would be? Prize fight. I know that's your guy, man. Was
Yeah,
he what you thought he
definitely.
would be?
100%. Like I said it on the last live stream. I said
Hmm.
he's gonna go out here. He's gonna be perfect. He's gonna brutalize this guy. He's gonna get the stoppage. When everybody say he can't punch, I said he would get the stoppage. It came. He did what he's supposed to do. He looked sharp. I watched the interview with Shakur on the Breakfast Club. He said he felt stronger at the weight, the 35. He felt a
Hmm.
lot stronger. He looked fresher. He looked stronger, and he's definitely a top lightweight man right now, for sure.
Yeah. So what you think, Bruce? What did you see that performance with Shakur? What did you think about that?
I give him an A on that performance, man. First of all, everybody is saying how Shakur's is ducking. I mean, William Zapata was offered that fight. He turned it down. Pitbull Cruz was offered that fight. He turned it down. Cambosos was offered that fight and he turned it down. I mean,
Hmm.
bro, uh, how much more of a cherry pick can you be than that? But man, I was extremely impressed. I think the 135-pound division is going to be centered around Shakur Stevens, man. He's a blue chipper. I
Hmm.
think that weight is perfect for him.
Hmm.
Don't underestimate his power, man. Don't underestimate his
Mm-hmm.
power. Ask, ask Japanese cat about that. I forget his name right
It's
now.
Shiro.
The Yushiro, yeah, man, he tasted that power, and yeah, Shakur, definitely a force to be reckoned with. Now they're talking about Haney, and they're talking about Tank, and man, oh, he's right in that mix, bro, right in that mix right now.
See, I agree. I agree with y'all saying on that, but this is the thing I'll paint the picture for you guys. So he beat Yoshino. Don't get me wrong, but did Yoshino come to fight or did he come to get a paycheck? He lucky he came to get a paycheck, if you ask me.
Nah, negative.
I mean, he
Negative.
came there. He didn't throw. He hardly
Yeah,
and I was pretty high. And I was pretty high on Hoshino because he beat Nakatani, and
right.
Nakatani to me was a great champion. Well, not great, was a great
Yeah,
contender,
solid.
rather.
He was
Solid
sturdy.
contender.
Yeah, but
Um.
I told you it was gonna happen. I said he's gonna once he feel that power, he ain't want to fight. He ain't want to engage like that no more, like he did against Nakatani. You know what I mean? Because
Hmm.
when he got hit against Nakatani, he was right back in his bag. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
He get hit by this slick dude, and he knew what time it was. He couldn't hit him. That frustrated him, and he was getting cracked. Man, I told you it was gonna happen on the last stream. I
Hmm.
predicted this. I said Shakur is gonna go out here and brutalize this guy, beat him up, and get him out of here. It's not going the full distance. And Shakur went and did that. He's special, man. I like him. I like all of them. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? Tank, Devin. I respect Ryan for fighting Tank. I like what the lightweight division looking like right now, but I don't know. We gotta wait to see what Tank and Ryan look like. Then we
Yeah.
can really and Devin and Loma, and we can really get a good assessment about what's about to happen. You feel me?
You know the only thing that get me, man, when you talk about Sugar Shakur, I love him as a fighter, but at the end of the day, man, he gonna get in there. He say he want to fight Tank. Okay, that sounds good. I mean, if you want to fight Tank coming off a loss, I can see him wanting to do that.
Come on, man.
But at the end of the day, man, I'm telling you, I really don't think a Frank Martin, a two-time email champion, and Devin Haney would have just you seen him just folded, man. Salute to my man Charles, man. Andrew Charles, salute to my man. But I just don't
Salute.
understand, man. I don't know what you're seeing in this guy as far as power, man. I'm telling you, he's going to get exposed, man.
Not
Once he gets
happening.
in there with a puncher, and I'm telling you, bro, once he gets in there with a puncher, man, it's going to be a different thing. I've been trying to tell you this for a long time, man. It's great to
Bro.
be a boxer. Go ahead.
So not Nakatani, but Yashiro wasn't a puncher.
He was a puncher.
He
He
hit
was
hard, right?
Did he
Right.
come to fight?
That's what he said. In the last stream, you were saying how tough it's gonna be. He hit hard. You said it.
I did, but I
Okay.
assumed the man was coming
And
to fight.
I
I didn't
told
know he was
you-
coming to get a paycheck.
I told you that's not gonna happen. Shakur's gonna destroy this guy. It's not gonna be. He's gonna look like a DC fighter, D fighter.
Mhm.
And that's what Shakur came and did, bro. I told you it was gonna happen. I said he gonna stop this dude. Shakur said in an interview, he said on the Breakfast Club, shout out to Breakfast Club. He said that he felt great at this weight. He said it was so much easier to make 35. He was comfortable. He didn't look big in the interview. He looked good and he sounded very confident, dog. And I'm trying to tell you, this kid is the one, bro. I'm telling you. He's going to be the one, bro.
So
Yeah,
hey, so Bruce, I'm gonna ask you.
we definitely want to see what happens when Shakur gets popped on the chin solidly, because he just has that boxing ability now to roll with the punches. He shows that great defense. He's smart enough not to get caught going straight back. He's got lateral movement. And we want to see what happens because of course he's going to get hit. If he wants to face the cream of the crop, and we're talking the best of the best at between 135 and 140 right now. That's the hot zone of boxing. And I think Shakur can be the best of that division.
Yeah,
I think there is that question mark. We got to see what kind of a set of whiskers that he has.
Yeah,
You know what it is. It's the thing, man.
I like that. I like what he said just now.
And I appreciate you saying that, Bruce. But I'm telling you, when I tell Prize Fighter, he talking like Shakur is like Aaron Pryor.
All right, I never said that. I never said that. Don't do that. Don't
That's
do
what
that.
I'm telling you.
BBO be trying to set me up. Hey, y'all smash the like button. BBO be trying to set me up. No, like what my man Bruce just said. He said he made a valid point. He said we got to see what happens when he get hit. Right.
Right.
We all waited for Mayweather to get hit, didn't we? And when he got hit, what did he do? What did he do?
Hold on 1 second before you finish. My man Paulie said it best. A chess match is boring.
Not for me.
It's that simple, man.
That's fine. He has. Hey, shout out Paulie. He got his own opinion. But back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
When we all waited for Mayweather to get hit, and when he got hit, what happened? Can anybody answer the question?
So Sugar Shakur is Mayweather now?
I don't know. He looked good. But we waited for Mayweather to get hit. And when he got hit, he walked through the fire, bro. And you can't get him out of there. So who's to say Shakur not that same guy? He's very confident. I love the way he sounded on the interview. And, he sounds very confident. I believe in him because I watched him. And this kid he's the one. I'm not saying he can beat Tank or Tank can beat him or Devin or whatever. I'm not saying none of that. But what I am saying, this kid got the goods. And that's just the end of it. Whoever want to get up, step up. He called out Devin Haney. If you watch the interview on the Breakfast Club, he said he want Devin and Tank. So, and I believe the kid wants to get in there. He represent Jersey. He represent Jersey City. So I know Shakur want to prove himself. I know he's not scared of no fades. And whoever got some smoke for him, it's whatever.
Hey, I agree with my man Paulie. My man Paulie said the Chinese dude said his power wasn't top tier. So
Chinese
it's
is
the thing. I
not
don't
that.
want you to think I'm cutting. I don't want to cut Shakur down because Sugar Shakur is a terrific fighter. If you like the sweet science like my co-host Prize Fighter does, if you like to watch him hit and not get hit, swim without getting wet, which to be honest, that's not very pleasing for the fans. I mean, that's why I always been. It don't matter what it is. When I was young, I used to like my man Muhammad Ali. I used to like how after the eighth round, Muhammad Ali wasn't doing no boxing. Am I wrong, Bruce? He would put his foot down and he coming to stop you. And I don't know, man. No matter what nobody tell me, man, you can't tell me when you seen that fight that you really thought that guy had a chance to beat Shakur.
Nah, I said that on the last stream. I said he has zero chance of beating Shakur. He's Shakur gonna go in here and dog walk this fighter. He gonna
Hmm
make it look easy, and he gonna get the stoppage. What
You s-
more do y'all
you
want?
you call,
Everybody
you call you call all of that. I'm
and
I'm
my
not saying
man
you
Bruce
didn't.
just said he just list a name of fighters that did not want to fight. He fought the number 4 ranked guy, what they said was number 4, and he
Right.
went out there and made him look like he wasn't ranked, bro. So I don't know what these people want. I don't know what y'all want more. That Shakur went out there and was in his bag like he was supposed to, bro. He
hmm
did what he did exactly like I said he would do, bro. Go out there and destroy this guy and stop him. And when I like my slick fighters, yes, I like to hit and not get hit, but I also like when you do that for 6 to 8 rounds and get them out of there in 10 to 12. That's fire. That I love that. You know what I mean? And that's what Shakur did. He lucky the referee stopped it. Shakur was gonna kill that
He's
boy. I
lucky.
promise. He just said he was just catching his second win, dog. He was like, yo, I was just catching my second win. I told the referee not to stop it. Go watch the interview. Whoever watched that interview on Shakur Stevens on the Breakfast Club, go watch that.
Hey, my man Paulie said, Bud, he is with Bud, so he might have dog in him.
Might.
My man Andrew Charles said, Shakur is a pound for pound fighter.
Facts.
That's cap. How
Facts.
far go? Hold on. How far Shakur goes remains to be seen. And he said, fight the top 5 at 135. That's all I'm asking. This is
That's
the
what
thing
he
I'm
just
saying.
did. The
This
dude
is
was
what
ranked 4.
This is the thing I'm saying. This is what the thing I'm saying. And this is what I want people to understand about why I always get on slick fighters. Slick fighters have never, other than Floyd, have put it all on the line to dare to be great. We gotta fight, and this is just a little separate thing. We're gonna get into this later. We got so much to talk about. But it's a separate thing. Bruce, am I wrong? When you talk about fighters that's daring to be great, has there been many slick fighters to really go up there and go get it? You could tell me if I'm wrong, Bruce.
Well, bro, define a slick fighter for me.
Um, a slick fighter would be like a Floyd, um, a Sugar Ray Leonard. Even though
Shakur
Sugar Ray Leonard
Stevens.
had
Shakur
Shakur
Stevenson.
Stevenson, I'm talking about like
Stephen
a peer
Fulton.
boxer. A peer boxer is when I say a slick
Stephen
fighter.
Fulton Jr.
Yeah.
Maybe a
Well,
Gerard Ennis.
all great fighters. The thing fighters have to do today, they have to have a little boxing in them. They have to be able to slug it when they get in the phone booth. And this is why, see, inactivity to me, that's my biggest fault with boxing is the inactivity. Because I come from the days where fighters every weekend there was a top fight on, kind of like there is now, except it was if a fighter got beat, a couple of months later he was back in the ring again. An L
Right.
wasn't. They didn't hide with an L. An L wasn't something that ruined your career. If it was a good performance, it enhanced your career. And today it seems like fighters they're shying away from that L, so you don't see the fights we want to see happen. And that's my biggest pet peeve, because I want to judge Shakur Stevens on his talent, but I want to see him in there with some of the top lightweights, and there's a ton of them out there.
hmm
And the fact that Cambosos ducked him, and Zapata ducked him, and Pitbull Cruz ducked him, that's not taking anything away from Shakur. That's
hmm
taking away from the opponents, because he's
hmm
he's out there. He's ready to get himself a title, and you know, it's their responsibility now. He's number one contender. He should be fighting the winner of Devin Haney and Lomachenko.
Mm.
And right there in the wings, it should be the winner of Ryan and Tank, if they choose to come back and make 135. But Shakur Stevens, yeah, he's a slick fighter. And believe me, I saw all those cats that you're talking about, the Sugar Ray Leonard, the Muhammad Ali. I saw him fight in person, and they all had something special. They had a killer instinct, like you said. Ali after the eighth round, that was in his second career. Once they got you hurt, they didn't wait around. Like Shakur's fight, that referee, he mercifully stopped that fight. He just said,
He
I'm
did.
not going to see what your fist
Yeah.
He did.
part here. And, and that's unusual. You don't see that too often, especially at a high caliber fight like that.
There's no
But
place for it. There's no place for it, Bruce.
but the difference is Sugar Ray Leonard or Ali, they would have seen that their opponent was hurt and they would have jumped right on him, and that referee would have had to go in there, and there would have been no questions about the outcome.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
Hey, we got a couple comments. Then I'm gonna have my man Prize fight a chance to transition to the next thing. My man said Mayweather. We spoke about that, Paulie, about a slick fighter going to be great.
Yep.
My man Andrew said it's fair to say you want to see a step up in comp, but obviously his skill set can't be denied. I'm gonna tell you this:
Facts.
Sugar Shakur is the most skilled fighter at 135. It's not even close. Natural talent wise, there isn't a better fighter other than the pillows that stuck on his hand. The guy's a terrific fighter. His defense is terrific. Change of pace. The way he throws the punches is really nice. I noticed he's turning them over now. I don't know if you guys noticed that. He kind of was turning his hands over more than I'm used to seeing. He actually turned that hook over when he dropped him early. My man Paulie said, I agree.
Yep.
Salute to my man Big Blunts in boxing.
Salute, big dog.
He said, salute, I'm here because of Bruce. Respect to the panel. In the chat, my man Paulie said, "Can Boast is a bum?" I don't know about if Shishka Bob is a bum because let's be honest, he won a lot of split decisions, man. And you know what? I'm one of those guys. I'm gonna give guys credit for daring to be great because when Teofimo, when Devin Haney and my man Price, we're gonna bring this up. My man Prize Fighter don't want to bring this up, won't get mad when I bring this up, but when Devin Haney ducked Teofimo. Shish Kebab went right there and said, "I'm gonna fight him." Salute to my man Big Blunt says, "Salute, shout out to Bruce for dropping a link about an hour ago. I'm subscribed now. Salute BBO. Salute to you, Big Blunts. I appreciate
it. Let me first of all, I appreciate the fact that I'm even up here because I opened up my email the other day and I have this email from this guy at 34555. I'm saying, who the fuck is this? It's BVO, and he says, I like what you're doing out there. I want you to come on and do some work with me up here. And so, man, I appreciate being up here. I feel the spirit of boxing here, man. I feel the love, and I'm seeing a lot of cats. I told them I was going to be up here tonight. I put it in my community page, and I dropped it on my friend World Combat Sports' chat, and I appreciate them coming up here, man, because that's what it's all about. We make ourselves grow. We support other channels, and most importantly, we learn. Because man, believe me, I'm almost 70 years old, and people say, oh yeah, it all. Bullshit. I'm learning every single day. I'm learning a lot more about boxing, and man, shout out to you, BVO, for having me up here, man.
Oh, I appreciate you, man. What's our next topic, man? My man Price.
Shout out to you too, Bruce. I appreciate you dropping the link in your community, and having some of your people come over here and check us out, man. We just trying to do something different. So, salute to you, bro. I really appreciate you, bro. But what'd you say, my boy? You said what?
Are we ready for our next topic? I know you. I was seeing what our next topic was.
Yeah. Well, I got
Go ahead.
I got I'm pretty sure people already been talking about it, but BVO Nation ain't get a chance to talk about it. So, people is talking about how Devin Haney hasn't responded to Shakur Stevenson's call out, because we all know that Devin is always tweeting, especially during fights. And when he got a verbal call out, we're like, and I love, how I love Dev. That's my dude. I think he's good until he gets beaten, and that doesn't define him. But until he's been beaten, he's a great young undisputed champion. He's on a list, the list of 9, I believe is 9. He's on that list, and but it's not like him not to say nothing, man. Shakur got up there. Shakur was in his bag in that fight, man. He looked it real strong. He looked it sharp, And Devin didn't tweet, man. He didn't tweet the response. Normally, Devin would have been like, yo, sign it up. But I did hear Bill he told his dad, Dad, go down to the Top Rank office and see when the availability of Shakur, basically. So I don't know if Bill really did that or not. Maybe he did. Bill seems like the type of dude to pull up, so I believe him. And that's just great for the division, but that's not like Dev to not respond, bro. So I wanted to see how you and my man Bruce felt about, it's a social media world now, so that counts,
Mhm.
so
Well, I'll say this, and then I'll let my man Bruce go. When you talk about Devin Haney, I want people to understand he's a terrific fighter. And this is what I mean when I say the inconsistencies with some of these fighters. So for a long time, if you've been watching the undisputed lightweight champion, Devin Haney has been saying, "I want guys to say my name. I want guys to call me out." But the first time somebody who has more talent than him calls him out, he's dead silent because it's the same thing before. Just like when they tried to make this whole narrative that Loma ducked him when Loma was trying to do nothing more but unify the belts. And I get everybody talks about, Devin being undisputed, Loma and them wasn't undisputed. I get that. All I want to know is how come every time somebody of note that really can that the fight can be made. This isn't like when you're talking about Tank versus Devin, where you're on two sides of the street and it's probably slim to none that fight's going to happen between them two unless he leaves Top Rank. But you got him right on Top Rank, and remember, Devin Haney's the same guy that say I want to fight Sugar Shakur at 147. So I mean, at the end of the day, man, I think he's a coward to not say anything. I mean, I don't get what he wants, and that's the thing. He keeps sending mixed messages. He's 1 minute, and you said this, Price, but 1 minute the man said he want all the good guy, all the greats. Man, you get no better than Sugar Shakur. You beat him. You beat Loma. You beat him. I mean,
yeah.
dude, I'm
Who's
talking
to
about
say they
maybe
not going? But
go ahead.
but I said, who's to say they not going to fight next? They're on the same side of the street,
The WBC
basically.
ordered it. The WBC, the place that and I'm telling you, my man Prize fighter gives Mauricio Suleiman hell.
Facts.
But guess who ordered the fight next? He wants the WBC champion to fight Sugar Shakur next. So
That's
I
fine.
mean, it's crazy how that go. We got a couple comments. I'm gonna let my man Bruce finish this one. He said, "Yes, sir." Big Blunt said, "Yes, sir." Much respect.
Big
My man,
blunts.
my man Paulie said, "Ryan's beating is coming." That's super cap.
Facts.
That's cap when you know it. Hey,
Man,
and
shout out Paulie, man. Paulie be
I'm,
on point, bro.
I'm tired of Paulie trying to troll me,
I'm
man.
not.
Y'all cats know for a fact that dude Tank is about to go to bed. It's not even you got Eddie Hearn saying it. You got
Who?
Robert Garcia saying it. Robert
Who?
Garcia, who was a former champion.
Man.
Actually, it was a former champion before he was a trainer. Trained
Come
the
on,
fourth
man.
division world champion, Mikey Garcia. Robert Garcia said he's going to win. Eddie Hearn said he's going to win. You got Mike Tyson saying, I'm not sure yet. I can't make a pick. But I digress, man. I'm gonna let my man Bruce finish. What you think about this whole Devin Haney Shakur saga, Bruce? What you think about this?
Well, first of all, Devin, I mean, we must put respect on undisputed as far as Devin's concerned because this is a four belt era. And
Right.
there aren't many undisputed champions in this era. And when there are, it's very, very hard to stay undisputed. So
Right.
an undisputed, they not only have to win that belt, but they have to dominate the division, in my opinion, to be the undisputed. Devin should have, right now, he should have sole tunnel vision on Lomachenko. That's not going to be an easy fight. That's that's a premier fight right there. Then
Mhm.
then there'll be room for Shakur Stevens because remember Shakur doesn't have a belt right now. Shakur is the what is he number one contender or interim whatever whatever
Yeah.
crazy whatever
That
crazy
silver belt.
so yeah well there's so many of those these days that diamond dozen trinkets and Larry Holmes was the first one who didn't even want the belts. He just called them plastic pieces of trash that just paycheck. But but now it's a different era right now, and Devin Haney is the sole proprietor at 135. He's the cock of the walk, top of the hill. They
Mhm.
have to climb up to get him, and that's where we're going to see some great fights. That's where we should see a tournament. That's where we can see these outside contenders fighting each other for a chance to get up there the new guys, the Frank Martins and the a lot of these guys. But then we also have the cream, the elite right there. We have Tank, and we have Ryan, and we have so many good fights to be made at 135. And all Devin has to do is stay in line, follow the mandates of his organizations, and he's another one, because it's ultimately, I think it's going to come down to him and Shakur. And some people say it'll be a boring chess match, and we'll see if Shakur, we'll see what happens. Some fights turn out to be great fights that aren't anticipated, man. I could go back and start wrapping up some of these great fights, but just let these guys fight. Let the weak ones fall by the side of the road, and let the guys at the top. And that's the way it should be. It's always has been. Boxing wants to save itself. It just has to make these matches and let them happen.
Facts. Like, I like that. You say a boring chess match. People might think it's a boring chess match. There's a lot of people that like chess. You know what I mean? Tons of people like chess. And that would be a chess match that I would love to see.
Well, the thing is, they have to get the other cats out of the way before they fight each other.
That's fine. That's not easy as said as done.
No, hell no.
Right? Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah,
I get what y'all saying. 100%. I get what y'all saying. But let me ask you this. So Devin Haney's the undisputed lightweight champion, the first lineal champion since the great Pernell Whitaker, the first lineal champion that they had at 135 since Pernell Whitaker. But let's keep in mind, so y'all give Canelo a lot of hell about how he won at 168 because he didn't clear out the division. Devin Haney did not clear out 135 to beat.
He beat the man who beat the man.
Hold on. Let me say this. Listen. Let me say this. Think about it. So this is a guy who's the champion, undisputed champion, but he did clear the division out. Can you say that about Maul? Can you say that about Monster Inouye?
He beat the man who beat the man.
Did Terrence Crawford clear out 140, or was it guys left that was still good?
Yeah, but in the division, you got to deal with different scenarios.
I'm just asking you a question. So what I'm saying is, I get that he's undisputed, but he beat George Kambosos for it.
Who beat Lomachenko?
He hasn't even come close to dominating the division yet. He has these fights to make. And remember, what is he? 24 years old?
Right.
This kid has got the future in front of him. He can't look behind him. Yesterday's home runs aren't going to win tomorrow's ball games. He's going
bars over the head bars.
You know what I'm saying, man? The future, these guys, they have to stop making these fights, especially at 135, because Tank's not going to be there. Who knows if Tank's even going to be there again? Ryan, I doubt if you'll see him at 135.
Devin, he's big for 135. He looked like a Skeletor in his last. I was worried about him.
He's a welterweight. But we got a couple comments, and I'm gonna have us go to our next thing. He said, "I think Shakur beats Devin." I agree with you on that, Paulie. My man Paulie said, "I think Tank is the man to beat at 135 until Ryan sleeps him. I guess then we won't stop hearing that." Then he said, head Lomachenko might beat him. Yeah, Loma, there's I think that's a real 50-50 fight. I honestly don't believe that Loma went to the war. I think Loma went to rest. Because Loma showed a lot of age, right? Even before, when he fought Teofimo, if you guys think back at that, Loma looked really old. And why was that? That's because he had so many amateur fights, and that's not really his fault. The thing about these Eastern European fighters, they don't always have the opportunity to turn pro. People don't understand. Every place is not like America, where you can just make your own decisions and do what you want to do. You kind of got to do what you're told to do. And Loma being on that Olympic team for the poorest country in Europe, that brings so much prestige. I think it was more to do with him trying to bring some pride to his area than it was for his true decision to stay there that long. But
the fight amateur so long, because winning a gold medal might mean a lot to the United States, because we do all the time. When you're talking about the poorest country in Europe, that's a big deal to win a gold medal. So I really think he won it two times.
Yeah, I think he did that more or less for like prestige of his country, of his homeland, more than anything.
Okay, that's fine, but don't come in the pros thinking that means like the world in the pros, because it don't, bro. It don't mean we don't care about the Olympics no more. This is professional, like collegiate basketball. Tim Tebow was great, But when he got to the league, it was a different ball game. So, but with
Yeah,
that being
you're
said,
right, because he
Lomachenko
did.
can fight flat
Hey,
out.
just to bring up what you said to be true, you're right. Because when Tim Tebow came to the league, he beat the #1 defense in the Pittsburgh Steelers. And
Yeah.
took a team that was like 3-6 to the playoffs. So I don't know, but
Come on,
my
man.
man said until someone stops Tank, he's a
See how
superstar
he
at
did that.
135. I think he's a star for anybody under 140, under 147. I don't think there's a bigger star in boxing than Tank Davis. But what's our next topic, prize fighter?
Yeah.
Because I know I got one that was one I want. I really been waiting. Can't wait to get you in on.
What you probably what you talking about? The Mendoza, not Mendoza, but that was his name. Who knocked out Fondora? That was bad.
Oh, you go.
Was his name
Yeah.
Brian? What was his name?
Some
Mendoza.
Mendoza. I can't remember his first
Brian
name.
Mendoza.
I think that's it. I think
Man,
that's it.
that was brutal, man. I wish that didn't happen to the kid, Fondora. I like the kid. He come to fight. He's exciting to me, and it's just gonna be it's a major setback for him, man. They get knocked out because a lot of casuals didn't know about this Mendoza guy. His name, he's just a guy to casual, but people know this big, tall, junior middleweight, right? 54 he fight at. Yeah, so he's a big, tall junior middleweight, and we wasn't expecting him to get knocked out. If you bet on Mendoza, you got paid this weekend, past weekend. But I didn't like. I wish that didn't happen because there was some good fights you could have made with Mendoza. Fondora, and it sucks that he got stretched, man. I know there's a lot of other people that's like, see, I told you he was a hype job, but still, I wanted to see other people beat him. He got stretched, man. That was bad. I was just shocked with that, man. I mean, he got folded, man. I knew it would happen, but not by Brian Mendoza, bro. Like, I knew he was going to get stretched out like that. Not like that, but I knew he was going to get knocked out. I just didn't know who was going to do it, but you get a guy that a lot of casuals never heard of, and Brian Mendoza is a tough dude. He's tough, man. He is. But and he came in there and he shocked the world in his lifetime. In his life, that was a major upset. The gamblers probably won good money on that. I didn't see it coming. I thought Fondora was gonna come in and destroy this dude. I was completely wrong. And shout out to Mendoza. Congratulations, and you did your thing. He earned himself a big fight, a money fight, and we got to see what they're going to do with Fondora, man. I hope they don't shelve him, because you know how they are over there, man. You lose a fight, you in trouble, bro. You got to do like a restart thing type of. You got to do a hard reset when you take an L over there because they don't play no games over there. So hopefully he can get right back at it, man. Maybe take a little something to get his confidence going and put him right back in there, kind of like what Caleb Plant did. You know what I mean? He took the Darrell fight and he jumped right back in there with Benavidez. So hopefully we can see the kid do that, man. But damn, that messed me up there.
So let me ask you a different question. Bruce. So do you think Bob Arum would have put his blue chip prospect in a dangerous fight like Al Heyman did? What do you think?
Well, first of all, that was one of those fights that I almost jumped through the ceiling when that knockout occurred. I mean, that was a come from behind. Mendoza was pitching a shutout. I mean, it looked like it was just going to go down to a unanimous decision unless he was going to stop him later on. And that left hook, man, it just straightened up Fondora. And then Fondora, he didn't have that sense like he had when he fought
Lubin.
When he took a knee. He was. And then that 1-2, that referee could have counted to 100. He was looking at that referee and he didn't know.
Yeah, I noticed that. I noticed the way he looked at the referee, like, nah, bro. He was like, nah, bro.
But bro, but that might not be the end all be all. He could come back. I think he's got to go back to the drawing board. I think he has to get another trainer in there. He has to, learn how to fight more for his size because he doesn't take advantage of his size. He's a freakish giant. He's bigger than Thomas Hearns. I mean, and he's got this ungodly reach, and he gets in the phone booth. He's throwing hooks and uppercuts, and that's what got him in trouble. He tried to throw a hook on the
Yep.
outside,
Yep.
and bango, he got countered with a beautiful left hook,
Beautiful punch.
beautiful punch. And right now, that's a plus for Mendoza. Mendoza, we got to remember his last fight. He knocked out Bananas Rosario, was a former.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Banana. Real,
Yeah, one time they
the
said,
the new
what's his
punching
name?
bag.
Jason Rosario.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mm.
aka punching bag. That's his new name, punching bag. Ever
But
since,
whatever, the dude's a tough dude. I agree with Bruce 100%, man. Like
right?
I can't agree with him no more, man.
I thought, you
Fondor
know
is
what?
straight.
I'll be honest.
That's what make you not to cut you off.
No, go
That's
ahead.
what made me miss Emmanuel Stewart because I
Hmm.
bet you he can straighten that kid out and have him fight tall like he did some of the other heavyweights and some of the other fighters that he trained. Having when them big he trained only big people, big dudes. You know what I mean? He would straighten them out. You know what I mean? And I would like to see that combination. I bet you Fondor could be really good with somebody. R.I.P. Emmanuel Stewart, man.
Hey, you know what? You know a person that I think would really benefit a Fandor is Kenny Porter. And you say why you say that?
Mm.
Because really, what Kenny Porter would do was give him some more educated aggression. Um, the thing that we seen with Fundor is the thing that we've been saying, Bruce, is that the guy has no defense. The guy doesn't even look to defend himself. If you think about it, he's so offensive minded. He's so wanting to let his hands go, like you said. He wants to fight in the phone booth. That's the classic Mexican style. I get it, but I mean the man's and that was just being an absolute idiot, leaving himself wide open. But this is the same thing that we've been saying about Fendor. What I'm hoping for with the whole Fendor is, I'm just hoping that he really takes this time and works on his defense, because one of the things I loved about Canelo was that when Canelo took that beating from Floyd, all of a sudden you seen Canelo start moving that upper body. His feints got better, his ring generalship got better, and that's the thing. And all, you got to be a complete fighter. I don't care who you are. You can't just throw punches. This is the pros. This isn't bush league. This isn't backyard brawls. If you don't got any defense or a desire to do any defense, you're gonna get beat to death. And it's the thing. You about to stop this guy. This is the thing. That's not play like he wasn't about to stop Mendoza. He about to get stopped. And
Yeah.
somehow, some way, the thing that everybody's been screaming at Sebastian Fundora to do is to freaking put his earmuffs up and have some type of sense of defense. At the end of the day, man, what happened? He went right to bed. And I give Al Heyman a lot of credit, because a lot of people wouldn't have took their blue chip prospect and let him lose to a guy like that. And the thing about Mendoza was, even Banana Rosario had him in trouble. And what did he do? His resilience end up knocking him out. And that's the thing. That's the one thing I will say I like about Al Heyman's fights, because let's be honest here, Bruce. Let's be honest here, prize fighter. When you watch a top ranked card, it's a freaking showcase. It's never a 50-50 fight. It's a showcase
Not
for who
lately.
for whoever they have. I'm talking about their blue chips. I'm not talking
Hmm.
about their top guy. I'm talking about their blue chips.
Yeah.
You haven't seen Big Baby Anderson in a fight with nobody you thought could really hurt him.
Hell no.
Yeah.
So have you
Mm.
seen Keyshawn? Have you seen Keyshawn Davis in a fight with anybody that could really hurt him?
These
Keyshawn
fights,
Davis won like
very seldom. We hardly ever see any 50-50 fights made now. That's the problem. And they have the audacity to showcase these fights as pay-per-view fights. That's another
yeah.
thing that really
It's
goes up.
laughable. It's laughable because they do it. Not only does Showtime do it, so does Top Rank.
They
And
all do it. They
I-
all
I'll
do
be
it.
I'll be
Yeah.
honest. Only one who really doesn't do it, and he stopped doing. He wasn't doing it, but stopped. You remember Eddie Hearn was making these tough fights, and this guy was getting beat up and getting belts took. And then somebody said, "Hold on, Eddie." Maybe his dad. Somebody said, "Hold on,
Eddie was
these
savage.
fights is 250-50 right now, brother. Hold on." So I gotta say, man, whenever you see a blue chip prospect go down like this, I mean, this is a guy everybody wanted to see maybe Bud or Errol fight at 154. So
Yeah.
I gotta give this guy credit. Like you said, unfortunately in today's time, people act like one loss is the end of the world, but it means nothing to
Yes.
lose one fight. I mean, Ali lost to a guy who had like 6 fights. So
How old was Ali?
he's about 32, 33 at the
Was
time.
he?
After just beating Foreman to death.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's not like beating Foreman, and don't let me get on this because I really felt like, and I'm a huge Ali fan. I feel like Ali lost every fight to Ken Norton, but
Mm.
leave that alone. Hey Bruce, am I wrong? Could you arguably say that Kenny Norton won every fight?
Very,
Because
very, very close fights.
every
Razor.
fight. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm going to say the third fight, I definitely gave that my nod to Ken Norton. The first two fights could have been either way, and I've watched those fights so many times. I've scored them. The other night we just scored. Oh shit, we scored. I can't even remember anymore because there's so many of them that happened. But I love going back and scoring these fights. And yeah, those two, they're probably going at it right now up in heaven, still going 15 rounds. We do it every day of the week. Some fighters just fight like that. Like we had Pacquiao and Marquez, and even going back even further, we had LaMotta and we had Robinson. 6 fights, man. I mean, just insane. Some fighters gel real well together, but today you don't see trilogies, let alone hardly ever see rematches. But
Right.
I mean, because I think fighting now is more. It's more a business than it is a sport. It's more. Like you said, man, they're trying to pamper these guys. You said it was strange to see. It was strange to see the Inferno Fundora being put in with a live prospect. But I mean, Mendoza, he's got 2 defeats. He's not a killer, but yet he exposed them, and that's what should happen because every fight should be progressively better. You don't want to just stagnate and keep fighting these guys like you said, man. They're you're going to beat them. They're showcase fights. I'm sick of those kind of fights. 50-50 fights are where it's at, man. Big Baby Anderson, where's he going to go now? He can't fight any more of these no-name fighters. Even if they're undefeated, he has to fight a top heavyweight now, a top 10 heavyweight, or else that's it. To me, they've blown it with Anderson. He needs to be
somebody, man.
exposed or expose somebody else. Go to the next level. Yeah. That's the way it was with Fundora, but he didn't make that
come through. Yeah, he didn't come through.
And you know what's funny? And it's funny you say that, Bruce, because when you look at Big Baby, the thing I'll say about Big Baby Anderson is, hey, there's a reason why they keep him from Frank Sanchez. I mean, why haven't I heard Frank Sanchez?
I don't see it. I want to see that fight happen. Yeah. Frank Sanchez, he knocked out his opponent and the other night too. I didn't see the fight. I was disappointed that they didn't show it. But he's another one. And in fact, I think it was on the same card. So no, he was on the PBC card. He was on the Fundora card.
Yeah, he's a PBC fighter.
Yeah. He's a PBC fighter.
Yeah, Frank is a PBC fighter. He's just trained by Eddie Reynoso.
You know what I like to see Big Baby in there with? Won't you throw him in there? Ain't Otto Wallin with Top Rank? Is he Top Rank fighter? Or?
Yeah, he's Top Rank.
I'd like to see that fight. Otto Wallin is he took Tyson Fury. He had him. Otto Wallin came to fight that night, and he's a tough dude. I'd like to see him in there with Big Baby, man, for sure. But I agree with you, Bruce, 100%. I want like Top Rank running out of. They need to give Big Baby some food, and I don't think they have the heavyweights to do it, man. I think we're gonna keep getting these fights
showcases.
With Big Baby. Got no
showcases.
Food. Bob Arum.
I think we're gonna see him fight an opponent. I think his next fight is gonna be a ranked opponent.
It has to be. Like I said, I'd like to see him in there with an Otto Wallin. That would be interesting. But Bob Arum don't got the heavyweights to feed Big Baby. Maybe what's the name? A Jogba? How you say it?
Yeah, a Jogba.
You got that guy. You got him, Tyson Fury. I don't think Fury will fight the kid, but they're running out of food for him. Man.
You got the other Big Baby out there.
Yeah, he's a drug cheat, and
he's licensed again.
Yeah, no respect. He got caught multiple times trying to fight people.
My point is, it would keep Big Baby Anderson busy. Keep him in the spotlight. Let him get his record built up, man. Let him get exposed. Let him get exposure out there. See if he's got a chin. See if he can switch like he's doing against these second-rate fighters. That's my whole thing. Get him out there. I don't care who he fights, bro. Otto Wallin would be a great fight.
Yeah.
So you,
the Cuban the other Cuban, Luis Ortiz, that would be another
Ortiz.
fight, man.
Yeah.
Ruiz, another great fight. There's so
Mm.
many out there. All they have to start making noise.
Yeah.
Get cross promotions happening, man. Bob Arum and Don King used to do it all the time. I mean, there's money from plenty of
we
money to
missed
be
those
made.
guys too, man. Hey, Bruce, we missed those guys. I mean,
I do. I miss Big Don. People like to get on Big Don about taking money and stuff, but Big Don gave us fights, man. I don't care what nobody say.
and guess what? And guess what? I'm gonna tell people a secret. What you see what Floyd Mayweather's doing is a complete. Am I wrong, Bruce? It's a complete carbon copy of what Don King used to do. Everything you see Floyd doing, the money, the jewelry, the lifestyle, is an exact copy of Don King. We got a
Oh,
couple
I don't
comments. My man said, "Does Mendoza beat Charlo?" Not even close. Charlo would probably hurt Mendoza real bad.
Yeah.
He said that Sanchez, FA wouldn't have a chance against Big Baby. Um, he looked real bad against that one guy he just
Mm.
fought. The boss, Daniel, yeah, Daniel's gonna be fighting Usyk, so that won't happen. But you're right;
Mm.
those are some good names. But the whole Frank Sanchez should be the next guy he fights. I would say either Frank Sanchez or get the money up and pay Wilder to come fight. Um, he said
Mm.
Fury, Usyk, Wilder, AJ, those guys ain't trying to step in the ring with a young fighter like Anderson at this point in their careers. I won't, you know what? I
I
won't
agree
say
with
that.
that. Maybe
Won't
maybe Wilder would, but everybody else.
I won't say that because while I mean AJ just fought Jermaine Franklin, who I really thought beat Dillian White. Um,
Mm.
I'm gonna be honest with you. What Big Baby has to do, and it's not fun, it's not popular. He got to go on the road. He got to go across the seas and make it happen. Um, People forget about Chris Bird. Chris Bird went on the road. He played away games to become champion, and too many times I think fighters, especially now, these fighters don't understand the importance of getting on the road and making a fight in somebody else's backyard. Nobody cares who you think you are. You need to go out there and get them big fights. You can't tell me that, like you said, Olive Wallin. Why don't Big Baby say, "I'll go fight you in your city"? Why don't you say, "I'll make it happen wherever I got to make it happen"? You're not hearing that from these guys. And really, to tell you the truth, like you said it best, Bruce, Big Baby is being wasted. This guy should be fighting 4 times a year, 4 or 5 times a year because he has no belt.
at least.
He's 23 years old, 23, 24 years old, and he's fighting maybe twice a year. That's a travesty. The fact is, too many of these young fighters, man, I hate to keep saying the same thing. They're not doing what it takes to be great. They're not going out there making it happen. Because I'm gonna bring up a fighter. I'm gonna let him bring it up because I know it's our next topic. But go ahead, Price. What's our next topic, bro? I know what it is, but I can't wait till you bring up this Canelo
Go
topic.
ahead. Go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Say it. Go ahead. Say it. I want you to say
So we about to have a big conversation, Bruce, and I'm so glad you in the room to have this conversation.
it.
So Canelo announced to the world that he wants to fight Bivol, Dimitri
Mhm.
Bivol. And he says, guess what? I want to fight Dimitri Bivol at 175. I don't want no excuse when I win. I don't want no excuse. So I'm gonna ask you, Bruce, what you think about that?
Honestly, I think we've already seen that fight. I think it would be boring. I think the same thing would happen again. But then I also read today that Bivol's manager doesn't think that Canelo wants this fight at 175. I think it's a shit show. I think Canelo should concentrate on the 168-pound division. There's plenty of fights to be made. But see, I don't think Canelo. I think Canelo is basically in the real twilight of his career. He's fighting this easy fight, John Ryder in his hometown. It's sold out. It's a big fight. But I mean, who does John Ryder have a chance? I mean, if I gave you $10 and I said go out and go somewhere and get a sandwich or go place this on Canelo, and you win the house, Canelo doesn't win this fight.
Hey,
I
you
mean,
rough.
I'll go buy the steak bomb with it. You know what I'm saying, man? It's one of the, but Canelo, he's got the gas stations. He's making $1 million a day doing nothing, man. Just
Mhm.
just just on his investments and his dividends. I don't think he has that hunger anymore. I
Mhm.
think it'd be a mistake for him to fight Bivol again. I think he'd just get embarrassed again, and I don't think he wants to go out like that. I think right now he wants to put some legacy fights in there, maybe one or two fights. I think he should fight for Mel Chalo. That would be a good fight. But then, how good is Mel Chalo? Another one who's had 2 years of inactivity. Boxing today, it's all about. It should be about your last fight, but their last fights are so infrequent, and fighters get soft if they don't stay active. You know the old saying, "Iron sharpens iron." Inactivity makes for brittle bones. We see fighters getting injured a lot more, not more now than they used to, and I think that's from not staying active, not being in the gym, not being in fighting condition. They blow up in weight, and they have to lose weight, and the dedication isn't there anymore. And I don't think Canelo I don't think he even has it anymore. He's got like Marvin Hagler used to say, that the old silk pajamas syndrome. You know, it's tough to get out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning and hit that road when you're sleeping in silk pajamas. And I think Canelo, I think we've seen the best of Canelo.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'll say this. This is what I'll say about Canelo. Before we get started, my man Prize Fighter really was going at my head about this. But let's be honest here, Bruce. You say Canelo's a taller guy who's in the twilight of his career just did. He just became within last year, he just became the undisputed champion at 168. So you say you want fighters to fight, right? Canelo fought 4 times last year. At the end of the day, he went in there, he beat up what was the guy, Caleb Smith. Then he went in there, then he fought Durham, which was a kind of a tune-up, whatever, a gift. But then he went in there and beat up Billy Joe Saunders, and then he went up there and stopped Caleb Plant. So say what you want. I mean, there's not a better resume in boxing than Canelo, and there hasn't been. And people say what they want. Let's talk about Errol Spence. Let's talk about Bud Crawford. None of these guys can say that they fought 4 times in their career ever, not since they were prospects. But Canelo, the biggest dude in boxing, says, you know what? I want to be great. Let me become the undisputed super middleweight champion.
Mm-hmm.
So what did he do? And it's the thing. You can't name God who has, let's play this, who has the guys that we love fought anywhere near who Canelo just fought at 168 to become undisputed.
You can't be serious.
I'm just asking the question. You can tell me if I'm wrong, if I'm not, but let's be honest here. This dude Canelo is always willing to take the tough fights. Guess what,
bro?
Let me finish this before you go, because I know you got a lot to go. But let's remember this: at 23 years old, Floyd was the best fighter in the world, undisputed #1 pound for pound king, and Canelo said, "Hey, I want to fight him."
Floyd was old first.
Was he not the undisputed #1 fighter in the world?
Yeah, he definitely was.
So we ain't talking about how old he was. I'm asking, was he #1 undisputed fighter in the world?
But when Floyd was 23 and he fought, how old was Floyd when he fought Hernandez? People thought he was doing suicide.
People thought Canelo was doing suicide.
Yeah, he did do suicide, and he still got one judge to say that he drawed the fight or won the fight or whatever that crazy scorecard was. Canelo can fight flat out. But I want to see Canelo in there with the best, and he didn't do that. Soon as Benavidez lost the belt, what was due to a drug test or the scale, whatever one it was, he jumped so fast at that vacant belt. I ain't never seen nobody jump that fast. But when he had the belt, Canelo wasn't talking about no undisputed, dog. He wasn't. So, I give him credit for we did his box rec earlier, and he probably does have the best resume.
Not probably.
We got to
give people their credit.
That's fine. He got the names on his resume.
No, does he have the best resume or not, Prosper? I'm just asking.
Yeah. He definitely does. Like, he got Cotto, he got Laura, he got a tough. I know people might disagree with me, but a tough Austin Trout on his resume. Austin Trout was in his bag back then, so that was, and he dropped him with a jab too. So that. By that, my mother was calling me. But he beat Austin Trout. When Austin Trout was considered, if not the best junior middleweight. So he did that. Yeah, he got the best resume. But when you go and dissect it, man,
who was his next fight right after beating Austin Trout? Who was his next fight?
Man, maybe Caleb Smith. I'm not.
No. He fought Floyd Mayweather.
Okay. So he fought Floyd, and then after he got whooped by Floyd, he went on a European bum bash. Let's be honest, bro. He went on a European bum bash. He
Hey,
fought Avni Yildirim. He fought Rocky Fielding. He fought over the hill Kovalev. He fought Caleb Smith somewhere. One of them weak fights was for 2 belts.
hey, this is the thing. Hey, I gotta say this. I gotta read this comment because this is true. People got to be less critical of comp if they see guys fighting 3 or 4 times or even 5 times a year. Hey,
Yeah,
Bruce,
but if you
me,
fight in 4 easy touches and 5 easy touches,
oh my God.
don't you
So
think
the
don't you
champions
think
was
Earl can go and do that? Don't you think Earl
has
and
he
Bud
done
can
it?
go in there
Has
and
he done
fight
it?
4 or
Have they
5?
done it? Have they
But
done it?
listen, because then they don't. They don't know, bro.
Have they
Man,
done it? That's the question, prize
no.
fighter.
But
Have
if
they
they
done it?
nobody's gonna pay for it. Bob Arum is not gonna pay for you fighting 4 times a year, paying for a Avni Yildirim's. He's not gonna do it, bro. He's not gonna do that. So
You know Canelo took a pay cut. You know Canelo took a pay cut for most
Canelo
of
took
those
a pay
fights.
cut when he ducked Demetrius Andre for undisputed at middleweight. He took a pay cut then. That's all the pay cuts I know about him.
Hey, Bruce, I want you to jump in on this one, man. You're a historian. You know how boxing goes, and you know people really just. I mean, has Canelo been perfect? Absolutely not.
No, no.
But they want him to be Superman. Am I wrong for thinking that, Bruce? Tell me if I'm wrong for that thinking that.
Well, what was the question again?
I'm saying, am I wrong for thinking that it's unfair for people to want Canelo to be Superman? Is that wrong of me to say that?
Well, I still don't quite get it. I mean, Canelo is he was the best middleweight out there, and he's the best super middleweight out there right now. I mean, he's got a great resume. He's fought everybody. I I just think that I think he's had his better fights. I don't think he has to go out there and prove anything right now. I think he should. Not he should. He can do whatever he wants to do, but I don't think he is going to be physically and mentally sharp enough to go out there and really clean up the 168-pound division, which is what a undisputed champion should do. He should be fighting Benavidez. He should be fighting Charlo. He should be fighting Demetrius Andrade. Any contender out there, if that's his division, he should rule it with his gloves. But I just don't. That's not boxing today, bro. That
He
doesn't
would, he
happen.
would, you know what? Let's be honest here, Bruce. He would stop David Benavidez.
I
The
don't
David,
know that.
the
Well, you
David
don't know.
Benavidez, the David Benavidez that we seen versus Caleb Plant, who I feel like lost the first 6 rounds, maybe 5, 6 rounds. If you go in there looking like that versus Canelo, he's going to bed.
No, we thought Canelo was going to stop Bivol too, man. You know, everybody
Yep.
had that
I
big name.
didn't think. I didn't think that.
I
I didn't
did.
think that. But
I was on a
go ahead.
live. I can't remember who live I was on. All I said, Bivels and Better BS sounds like kibbles and bits and sound like food for Canelo. And I was 1,000% wrong about Dimitri Bivol. He went out there and boxed, man. Like he put it on Canelo. Canelo can say what he want until this contract is signed. We got press conferences and we get the venue, the date, and the actual bell ringing. I don't believe nothing Canelo was saying because I agree with Bruce 1,000%. He had his best fights: Austin Trout, Miguel Cotto's, Floyd Mayweather's, and the Loras. He fought them fights already, so I don't think he's hungry as he was, and he didn't look hungry in the fight against not Benavidez, but Dimitri Bivol and
He
Dimitri
was
Bivol.
outclassed. He was just outclassed. That
Okay, so don't
happened.
you think? Like Bruce said, it's going to be boring. He's going to get destroyed again. It's going to be a Bivol will put on another boxing clinic, and nobody wants to see that fight. You know, and
Well, you know the thing about Canelo Alvarez too. You remember the Rocky movie where Mickey said the worst thing could happen to you, kid. You got
you got that
civilized.
when you got that belt.
You got civilized, and I think Canelo would rather play golf. He'd
Yep.
rather go and talk to his
Drinking party.
yeah, man, and that's not what a championship fighter should or can be. I just don't see Canelo going back and recreating his former past glory because he doesn't have to, man. He was the best.
Right.
I think he should have those make those big money fights that he's going to make. But don't delude yourself and don't say he's the best out there right now because
Right.
he's not. No,
I say this.
Right.
I'm gonna read a couple comments, and I got a knockout blow for both y'all brothers. My man Andrew said, "I'm just saying when guys are active and they're going to fight opponents we're not familiar with, all the time may not be known in America. That's a good point. I mean, you're not gonna know everybody. Salute to my man Dub Brightside. Says salute to BBO and the panel in
Salute,
chat.
dub.
I'm gonna just say this. I'm gonna just say this, and then we'll move on to our next topic. Say what you want, but Canelo just became undisputed champion at 168. James Tony, the Magic Man, what's the Magic Man's name? The guy that beat Antonio Tarver, Roy Jones Jr. None of the great middleweights, Marvin Hagler, none of the great middleweights that we remember were undisputed at super middleweight. Even one of my favorites, Andre Ward, never became undisputed at super middleweight. So all I can say is this: you talk about what he used to do or what he did in the past, but guess what, guys? He just became the undisputed champion at 168. And I'll be honest, you can easily say Canelo lost both of those fights to Triple G. But think about it. We talking about what he did 9 years ago, and think about this. We're talking about what he recently did. So at some point, man, we just got to give Canelo his flowers and say, you know what? We said we want about Errol. We said we want about guess what? Errol and Canelo are the same age. And can you even compare their resumes?
No.
No, not even close. I mean, let's be honest here. If we're looking at resumes, I think Errol's a better fighter. But can he really say he got a better resume than Bud Crawford? No.
Earl
But
Spence.
Canelo's got the miles on him right now, though, bro.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. The
No,
miles.
Canelo does have a mile. He's an old 33. But what I'm saying is this:
What fight do you want to see Canelo in right now? What?
Benavidez and Charlo.
I would love to
That's
see.
it.
I'll put it like this: I would love to see Canelo give Boo Boo Andrade a shot.
Yeah, that
I
fight
think it's
too.
only fair. All I want to see him do is fight Demetrius Andrade, and I would like to see him fight Benavidez. Because I really think he will stop Benavidez. He probably would make Benavidez quit in the ring.
Never.
Because Benavidez, just like Fendor and a lot of those fighters that I love, the defense is always compromised. And let's be honest here, Caleb Plant got a lot of good shots, and me and Bryce why they covered it. Even my man Dub Right Side was with us covering that fight.
Yeah, shout
And
out
let's be
Dub.
honest, man, am I wrong? But David was getting hit. He was getting hit clean. David Benavidez was getting hit clean.
Yeah, the same way Caleb Plant was hitting on chipping Canelo up before he
And
ran
what
out
did
of
Canelo do to
gas.
him? And what did Canelo do to him?
Yeah, because the kid runs out of gas. We
So
can't.
what would Canelo do to David Benavidez, who's still showing you
I don't know. It'll
this
be
late in
one.
his career?
I don't know. It'll be what you want. It'll be a rock'em sock'em and whoever lands, bro. Because David Benavidez is gonna be right there. Canelo gonna be right there. David, you know how like Canelo like to go to the ropes and wave you in, like, come on. Even if you just tap them with 4 or 5 punches, he gonna wave you in anyway. Benavidez is not gonna back off, dog. He gonna be right there, and it's gonna be ugly for somebody. I don't know. You know, I can see Canelo getting him out of there, and I can see Benavidez is beating him up too. So that's why, to me, that's a 50-50 fight, and the fans want to see it. Everybody's calling for it. Canelo, 1 minute he fights Mexicans, then Benavidez fight. You know, he see what Caleb Plant was able to do. And he wants now all of a sudden he fights Mexicans again. You know, I don't know what the guy wants to do. I think the guy, like Bruce said, he got a lot of mileage and he did what he did already. And you know, the younger guys, we want to see him in there with 3 people, and that's it. Benavidez, Boo Boo Andrade, and Charlo if he decides to move up.
Charlo doesn't deserve that fight.
Maybe he doesn't, but
he doesn't deserve that fight.
There's a lot of fighters. Vasily Lomachenko fought for a belt in his second fight. Did he deserve that fight? We don't know. So that's irrelevant. But what I do know is that Jamar Charlo is the middleweight champion of the world.
Who should be stripped? Who should be stripped?
Yeah, that's one of the topics. But yeah, we can. That's a good segue for the next topic if you want to go and get into that. But yeah, no matter what you say, Suleiman is not abandoning him. He's letting him hold on to the title, and you know, that's the 3 fights we want to see. We want to see him in there with Andrade, Charlo, or Benavidez. If we don't want to see John Ryder, he got beat by all the people Canelo beat already. Rocky Fielding and who else? I was reading the box reg. I can't.
Canelo's coming off hand surgery, bro.
Man, I don't care. Earl and Sugar Ray Leonard came off eye surgery. You know how many surgeries Yuriorkis Gamboa fought with a torn ace. No, I'm sorry, a torn Achilles. Was it Achilles?
It was his Achilles. Yep.
He fought 12 rounds with that. So I don't care about his hand
I
surgery.
don't even want to talk about Errol. Errol fight once a year.
Okay, that's fine, but he fought off eye surgery the same way Sugar Ray did after 3 years. So, you know, I don't care about his hand. Boxers get hand injuries all the time, surgeries. Floyd damaged his hands plenty of times, you know, and he fought. So his hand surgery is it's like, I get it, it's cool, we understand,
Hey,
but bro,
I
you
get you, man. You
fighting
know
a
they got
guy that
photos of him
everybody you beat.
wincing, putting his gloves on. You know that, right? When he fought
Say that
Triple G,
again.
that they got photos that you can see on the internet where he was wincing, putting his glove on when he's
Man,
getting ready to fight Triple G.
fighters bust their hands up all the time in fights, bro. What make him different? I
I
don't
get what you're
understand.
saying. I don't want to win. I don't want to go on an all-out war with you on this one, man, because you
Damn
could be
sure don't.
you absolutely right on that one. But my man Dub Rightside said Dave Morrell beats them
Forgot
all.
about that kid.
That's all cap. I think Boo Boo puts him to bed.
Nah, I don't know about
Boo Boo
all
puts
that.
him right to bed. And then my man Andrew said Canelo Benavidez is probably a split decision. I don't see
Good
that. I
point. Good
see
point.
Canelo getting him out of there. He said if Charlo don't, Andre don't.
Yeah, I know what he meant. If he don't fight Andre, yeah, I get
This
it.
this what I'm saying. We going right into our next topic. So when we talk about Jamal Charlo,
Mm-hmm.
what I want Bruce to explain to the people is this: Jamal Charlo has been a complete disappointment at 160.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't shown us none of that promise that we were guaranteed at 154 when he was the champion. He had the IBF strap and won the I think it was a WBC strap from Julian J. Rock Williams. And I'll just say this, man: the fact that he let his alcoholism take over his career this way, it's just been very disappointing. I'm praying for him and his family, but I think he should be stripped, man. What you think about that, Bruce?
I think Jamal Charlo has got a lot more miles on him than people think. I mean, he's been fighting since he was before he was a teenager, and you know, all those amateur fights. I think that he gets hurt a lot. I think he gets hurt now when he goes back in training, and I mean, it definitely a disappointment, and I can't see how the WBC coddles him and keeps giving him that belt, because I mean those belts, they should be an industry. If you don't defend your belt annually, if you don't defend against a top contender, you're stripped. It should be cut and dried. I mean, these federations are giving them, and they're keeping that WBC title right now. It was the IBF that he holds. They're keeping that hostage.
No, he got WBC.
Yeah, WBC. Yeah.
So what you saying? What you saying? From what I gather is this, Bruce, is that he should defend the title. But let's be honest, my man, prize fighter,
Yeah.
always is on Mauricio Suleiman's case and say he only protect Mexican fighters. It looks like right now he's protecting a black fighter, because you can't tell me that he deserves to be the champion.
He definitely doesn't. Like, I agree with you. He should have been stripped. But yeah, what you said, yeah, he definitely protects his own people 100%. But at the same time, he has to step outside of his box and do, what he think is right, because he doesn't want to lose everybody, because he knows how passionate black fighters are and their fans, so, and he's done certain moves in the past that's questionable with franchise titles. So if you strip this guy Jamal Charlo, then you might have he knows about YouTube. Because let's be clear, boxing media is on YouTube. YouTube runs boxing media, so let's make that clear.
Absolutely.
So he don't want that on him. He's been put on the spot on interviews, and he didn't know what to say. He said crazy stuff, and people documented it, vlogged it, and and they put it in a bank so they can bring it out when they have to. But yeah, he's definitely it's been almost 2 years. Like, he get it. He doesn't want to get involved with the mental health stuff, because Jamal Charlo says he has mental stuff going on, which he does.
Protecting prize fighter. That's what I'm saying,
man.
See, what I'm saying is, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something, Bruce. That I don't know if you know this. My co-host is a brilliant man. He's a college educated man, so he speaks really well. So me, just being a regular guy, regular blue collar guy myself, it's hard to compete with this guy because he gonna use beautiful words and
Nah,
soliloquies
come on, man. I
I
don't
can
got no beautiful
understand.
words.
But this is the thing I'll tell
One
you.
thing. There's only one thing I want to say, BVO. One
Go ahead.
thing. One
Go
thing.
ahead.
What they should have did with Jamal Charlo is made him champion in recess
Hmm.
and let the other, up and comers, top contenders, WBC silver belt, whatever they make up, whatever
Hmm.
he decides to make up for that fight, they should have let them fight. And then when Maul got his mind right,
Hmm.
he can come back and fight for his belt. He's the champion when he goes into the fight, and that's the end of it. That could have put an end to a lot of stuff because you could have put Benavidez, as the champion, and while Jamal is the no, that's super middleweight. So I'm sorry, made it vacant and let somebody else fight for it, whatever. But he should have just made Jamal Charlo champion in recess so we can just like, you know what? That way he's not crossing any lines, no mental health, no, whatever
So
Jamal.
basically, he's got to be a politician. What you telling me? So I'll say this.
Absolutely, like he's
I
been in
gotta
the
say this.
past.
I
Like he's
gotta
been in
say
the
this.
past.
I gotta say this. My man Andrew said there was a time when I considered Maul to be the better of the two. I think a lot of us did.
Right, facts.
The guy Jamal Charlo has been the biggest con artist in boxing. Um,
Mm.
the guy is an absolute con artist because when we seen him fight Julian J Rock Williams, that was the first time we seen two undefeated 154 pounders fight for a championship for unification.
Mm-hmm.
And he really, he looked. Let's be honest, man. I thought he could be the next Marvin Hagler.
Mm-hmm.
He looked vicious. He looked like he was a very, very exciting guy where he had the good mix of what I like aggression and some skill. And he had
Mm-hmm.
all of that. And to tell you
Yeah.
the truth, Ronnie Shields, I blame Ronnie Shields. There's a reason why his older brother, Jamel got away from Ronnie Shields. Ronnie Shields
Younger
and
brother.
him, no, I thought Mel was the
Nah,
oldest.
Maul is the big Charlo.
Yeah, he's a big one, but I'm talking about the oldest as far as he
Yeah,
was.
Maul is the big Charlo.
I thought
He's the
Mel was
big.
born first. I don't know. I
Mm-mm.
could be wrong.
Nah,
I could be wrong.
Mel's the baby brother.
Okay, I could be wrong because it always seemed like Mel is the big brother. But
Nah.
I'll say this. That being said, so he got away from Ronnie Shields, and think about this, Bruce. He became a knockout puncher. So he's always had that ability with his boxing, but as soon as he gets with a better trainer, he looks night and day different. So the thing is this. I don't know what more you can say. I don't want to hear my man Prize Fighter keep making these crazy comments that Mauricio protects all these Mexican fighters. He's flat out protecting Jamel because at the end of the day, guess what? I think Jindabek could beat Jamal Charlo.
It's about time he's protecting
I think
American fighter.
What about you, Bruce? You think Jindabek? You think Jindabek could beat Jamal? What you think?
Yeah. I think the whole world of boxing is just way different than it was back in the 70s or in the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
You could take one of those fighters and throw them in the game today, and they wouldn't know where they were. They probably, first of all, they'd probably become a champion within 2 years in whatever division you put them in, frankly because of the work ethic. You just don't see that anymore. And you see like Suleiman keeping that title in hostage for 2 years. It's ridiculous. Everybody says this this should not happen in boxing. We strive to see the best in the division, and the best in the division is supposed to clean out the division, fight the best in the division, and it's just not happening anymore. But we accept that. That's the sad part about it. We sit up here and we say, oh, if Benavidez fought Canelo, I think Canelo would beat. I think Benavidez, blah 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 blah. It's all really mute arguments because I come from a generation where these fights happened, and that's why it's so frustrating now. I want to see so many of these fights happen, and it's why not, because they're on the other side of the street. They don't want to cross promotions. He doesn't bring enough to the table. It's just so much business in there right now.
Yeah.
I can see how it turns fans off. This is the only sport where you have to pay to see nearly every major minor event. You have to have a Showtime Plus, or you have to ESPN Plus, or you have to have one of the pay-per-view operations. It's not like baseball or football or basketball or any of the other sports, even golf. They're readily available. They inundate us with it. With boxing, I mean, I can't. The friends of mine who used to be boxing fans, I talk to them now, and I might as well be talking Chinese.
Yeah. Yep. Me too, bro.
Talking about,
Me too, bro. It's like we the last of the dying breed, bro. It's like
really, it's sad.
It's like that's why.
I hate to see it happen. I hate to see
me
this.
too. That's why the boxing community is a small community, but it's not a lot of us, bro, left. It's just the ones that, like you said, from back in the day. And I don't go back as far as you do, but I go back some time. But it's sad because we had the fights. We had the Foreman and Ron Lyles, and the Sugar Ray Leonards and Haggers and Hitman and Hitman and Sugar Ray, and we had what's the other? I can't think of Duran and Hitman. Duran. The fights was going down back. Now these dudes want to protect their oath so bad, it's not even funny, And what the WBC is doing with Jamal Charlo was crazy, man. All they had to do is one thing. If I ran the WBC, I'd be like, I'm gonna put you in recess, get your mind right, and when you're ready to train, you come back in shape and on weight, you get the fight is for the WBC middleweight championship of the world. I don't care who's the champ, you're the guy. Get your mind right. That's all he had to do. So he did it, but he's doing it wrong though. He's not serving the contenders, any people that's trying to have life-changing paydays and get their families out of poverty, whatever. He did it, but he didn't do it all the way, bro. All he had to do is make him champion in recess. That would have settled it. Then
And you know
like,
what?
all right, when he get back, we're gonna fight Jamal. That's it.
And you know what that is? The funny thing about it, and Bruce can attest to this same thing. The difference now is everybody's trying to get around the Muhammad Ali Act. If you're not familiar with the Muhammad Ali Act, it basically states that you can't be the promoter as well as the manager. So you got Al Heyman, who's considered an advisor. So he's not a manager. he's not the promoter. That's why you have people like Lou DiBella, Floyd Mayweather Promotions, um, a lot of these different guys, Richard Schaefer. He has all these promoters around him. So it's really crazy because all guys are doing now is trying to get around the Muhammad Ali Act. It's the same thing when when Bob Arum would use his stepson, or you would have Don King use his stepson to get around that. And so what you're getting is this: fighters are getting jerked on every which way they go. I really can say this: I give Mauricio Suleiman a lot of credit. This is the first sanctioning body president. He's trying to do what his dad did, but I'll be honest, he don't have the kind of champions that his dad did.
He's nowhere near, and he's not as smart as his dad was. His
I
dad
don't
would have
know.
never let.
It's
I don't
hard
know
to
if he would have
lose.
let this stuff happen.
It's hard to lose. Am I wrong, Bruce? Is it hard? Is it hard to lose? Was it hard to lose with Muhammad Ali as the face of your belt? Is that hard to do? You could tell us that, Bruce. I mean, Price, you can answer that too. Is it really hard to be great, to have a great sanctioning body when Muhammad Ali is your champion? Seriously? I
No,
mean,
Yeah,
go
I
ahead.
just had to take a phone call. Sorry about that, but
go
no,
ahead.
I agree, man. It's corrupt. Everybody's trying to get the advantage, and
Yep.
there's just so many so much legality and so many loopholes that it's insane. It's definitely not. It's not the way boxing should be. It's not run like a sport. Even like you mentioned, the federations, the WBC from Jose Suleiman passed down to Maurizio Suleiman. But then you look at the WBA, it's the same thing. It's from Gilberto Mendoza passed down to Carlos Mendoza. So
Yeah.
they're all corrupt, and we go we with what they say we obey,
Yep.
and it's crazy. And that's why this YouTube thing is so great. YouTube is real powerful, and I think we have the power to change these things, bringing these things out in the open like this.
Yep.
Hey,
They put him
my
on the
friend,
spot.
Q the God out there. Shout out to you, my brother. Peace. I'll be talking to you in a few minutes after we get done with this.
What's up, Q? Hey,
Shout out Q.
you said what's good, fam. But this the thing I'm saying that's getting boxing. So we talked about Jamal Charlo. We talked about the fight with Loma and Devin. We talked about Haney. But you know what we haven't talked about is my favorite subject is how so many people are starting to change their idea of how good is Tank. Can Tank beat Ryan Garcia? I want to ask you before we get into this conversation, Bruce. Can you tell me how good a fighter is Tank Davis, and how would you rate him all time? Is he an Aaron Pryor? Is he a Sweet Pea? What is he at 135?
Well, that's another thing because of the lack of competition that he's had. We don't know. I know one thing. He punches like a 12 gauge shotgun, and if he nails Ryan Garcia, I don't know what's going to happen with
Shattered glass.
Ryan, bro. You know, and that's the beauty about these fights. Maybe we're going to see what happens when Tank catches a 10-piece, a speedy, powerful 10-piece. If he's going to be able to get set, and if he's going to be able to throw that uppercut, that fight-ending punch of his. But Tank, I said for years, he punches as hard as Deontay Wilder, bro. I mean that dude is a wrecking machine with either hand. And I can't wait for this fight. This fight it excites me more than the Haney and Lomachenko fight.
Yeah.
This is a pure puncher against I think an underrated boxer puncher. This is what I want to see, man. This is going to be a great fight. And Tank, I think if Tank can overcome this one and keep going, he could be the best of them all. You never know because he's got all the tools and he's got that major giant 10-pound monkey wrench in there. That fucking boom! It can end the fight at any time.
It's gonna be shattered glass. Come time April. What is it? 22nd.
22nd. So what you saying, prize fighter, is that when you see Tank, you see in shattered glass. I agree.
Glass. I'll say it.
I agree. I agree that with Tank. I really believe Tank is going to get just destroyed. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more on that. Tank is about to get destroyed. Shout out to my man Q saying, Beaver, you ain't getting that drop till I get my haircut, man. Hey,
you know what? Didn't I say that the other day? I was like, hold on, I'm a little woolly. I got my, I'm chopped real nice around that right now. You heard? So
still ain't got the video. Still ain't got the drop though. Still ain't got the drop.
You gonna get a drop from me real soon. It's coming. It's like an album.
Hey, but you know, the funny thing about it is when you talk about Tank Davis, he's a terrific fighter. I remember when he beat Pedraza. And if anybody remembers that fight, I think that was on that Floyd undercard. I think that was the McGregor card. And it was funny because I hadn't really seen Tank fight. And when I seen this, say it again.
I said, "Damn, you ain't seen him fight to Pedraza."
No, I'm talking about I had never seen him fight a guy that level. Like I didn't know he would be like that. So when he got to a guy that he had been knocking some bums out. But it was just when he got in there with Pedraza and he just dominated him. And I never and let's be honest, Pedraza hasn't been the same since.
Nope.
Pedraza hasn't even looked similar to what he was. And that was Tank. And that was Tank before he was disciplined. That's when Tank was blowing up in weight, coming all the way up to 160, 150. And I just say this. The thing I will say is Tank is super thin. He looks in great shape. You can sit in his face. He's in great shape. So it kind of worries me a little bit. But I just think once Ryan puts his hands on him, I just think it's gonna be good night. I really do. It's gonna be absolutely good night.
It's not gonna happen, bro. It's not gonna happen. When Tank hit him,
go ahead.
Doesn't the dehydration clause suck though, man? I mean, isn't that kind of bush league? I think that makes Tank look like he's a coward.
He's a coward.
He ain't no coward.
He's a coward.
I'm not gonna say he's a coward, bro, but I'm gonna say it.
No.
It definitely takes a little bit of the shine away from.
No, it doesn't. Because the reason it doesn't because when Canelo Alvarez created 155, when he made Amir Khan come up there, it was okay when Canelo did it. Everybody was like, "Oh well."
Yeah, but bro, that's not an excuse. I mean, it's okay.
Yeah,
it's okay if Jack
the same thing. It's the same thing that Oscar De La Hoya made Floyd Mayweather come up to 54, bro.
Make it wrong, real simple. You don't do something because somebody else got away with it. That's not the way.
I'm saying, but that's what it is, though.
Why didn't he do it with Mario Barrios? Mario Barrios
I don't
was a
know.
legit welterweight.
Maybe
Well,
the
I'll tell
promotional
you why.
company wanted them to
I'll
do
tell
it.
you
Maybe
why.
the,
Because he didn't have the confidence that he has that he had that he has with
no, he
Ryan.
knows that it's a
He
business
had
move.
that. He knew Mario was going to be easy work.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Because the first thing he said in the
Preach,
interview.
bro.
No, hold on. The
Go
first
ahead.
thing that Tank was saying I think the post-fight interview, he was like, I didn't want to get hit because I didn't know what 140 was like, you know. But he went in there because he's such a dog. He went there and did what he did. Oscar De La Hoya made Mayweather come up 54. Mayweather never fought at that weight. He made him wear big gloves. He did that, you know. So it's Tank's turn to do it.
You
So,
make the weight. You make the weight. You get in the ring. Why
but
doesn't
they
he
didn't
just?
care
Why doesn't he
though.
just insist on a same day weigh-in? Why don't they
Nobody
just
cared
in
though,
the
Bruce.
fight?
Nobody cared though. Nobody cared that Oscar did all those things to Floyd, but he did it. He was the A side. If I'm the A side, I want all of the advantages in the world because everybody else be on steroids and all kind of stuff. We don't know what's going on. He come from a dirty gym. I'm glad he got away from that gym, and he got with Jean Jacket Joe. Shout out Joe. So I feel like Tank is an A side, and why not have the advantage? Canelo does it all the time, and nobody has a problem with it. But when he step out of his comfort zone, he gets beat. So why not Gervonta do it? Like Ryan agreed to it,
Mhm.
and he did it. So what? Like I don't understand what's the difference between Canelo doing it, Oscar De La Hoya doing it, and I can go on and on and on. Who was the A side and said we can go on this ring size? We making a big ring, big gloves, this weight. I'm the A side. You want this payday? This is what we doing. If you don't want, you want the fight or no?
See,
And that's what he's doing.
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why that's not true. Why you being a little disingenuous with that?
No.
Because guess what? When Canelo, who was the face of boxing, when he wanted to fight Caleb Plant wanted to be in a doggone racetrack, and he was in that huge ring. If you think about, if you watch that Caleb Plant Canelo fight. That
It's a
was a
big
ring
ring.
for, that was
Big
a
ring.
heavyweight ring.
Yeah,
But
definitely.
Canelo was such a monster. He said, I don't care. But I'm gonna read a couple comments. My man Andrew said, you think Ryan can do better than Esau Cruz? Absolutely. Because I don't know. I play this Esau Cruz, man, that he should be ashamed because I mean Tank beat him with one hand. I don't know what people see.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he might have got a couple of punches off, but the dude had one hand. I mean, he got dominated in my opinion. And
Yep.
my man Andrew also said, I'm not a fan of extreme weight training and not a fan of rehydration clauses. It's a paradox. I prefer to see guys fight closer to their natural weight, but it's always been that way. You
Can I
know
answer
what?
that one? Can I answer
Go
that
ahead.
one? I can't think off the top of my head, but don't one of the sanctioning bodies already have a certain weight
The
clause you can
IBF,
be?
they weigh you the
Okay,
same
the
day.
IBF. So you're not gonna blow up in the IBF. So if it's an undisputed fight, the IBF rules still apply, don't they? The WBO and the WBA, the rules still apply. So it's only, I don't know, I think it's 10 pounds. I might be wrong.
It's 10
I,
Yeah,
pounds.
IBF is 10 pounds.
okay, so it's 10 pounds.
Yeah.
Okay, so Ryan signed the contract. He knows the deal.
Hmm.
He's on what's the Showtime series called?
24/7.
24/7, whatever it's called.
Hmm.
Any in the 7-Eleven buying Skittles and stuff that I give my daughter. My
Isn't
daughter
that isn't
picked
that
that
what
stuff
Tank is
out last
buying
night.
too? Then we see Tank buy $70 worth
Yeah,
of
he
stuff.
was mocking them. You ain't see the over the head what he was doing. You ain't see
N-
that. It was good for
I didn't see
TV.
it.
Tank went in there and said, He was just mocking the kid. The kid on the plane, and then the kid on the plane gambling. You know, I don't care about that.
Oh, he
But
gambling. Oh, okay.
I'm just
Okay.
saying the kid don't look focused, and he's not on the level of a Tank Davis, bro. It's a
Bro.
skill level. Yes, Ryan can crack. Yes, he can do all these amazing drills on
Hey,
YouTube and
hey, hey.
TikTok. He can do
After
the
you
drills.
after you said all that, man. Hey, I'm gonna
Come
let
on,
my
man.
man Q cook on this. Q, what you think about this whole this crazy Ryan, this crazy take my man Prize fighter got where he
Man.
think Ryan Garcia ain't got a chance. Now he's a gambler. Now he
Hey,
pee with the door open and he just just
You,
what you think about this, man?
come
you
on, man.
hear my volume? My sound good?
Say it some more time.
Yeah, you hear me? Am I good?
Yeah, you good. I can hear you now. Yep.
All right, man. As far as like Ryan, bro, Ryan got a chance, bro. Everybody got a chance once they get in the ring. You know what I mean? And Ron got power, so he got a puncher's chance for sure. But and I'm gonna constantly say this because me, what I look at in boxing the most, on top of everybody hands, yeah, everybody got hands. They boxers, that's cool.
Hmm.
But the biggest thing is the feet, discipline feet.
Hmm.
And that's where Ryan goes wrong at. And I think the feet is what's ultimately gonna get him beat, not the power, not all that. It's just Tank is gonna take advantage of him having like his feet are not that good, him not being able to move like that. So when I look at that way, that's why I feel like he's gonna win. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And
Well, let
really
me can I
just
ask you a quick question, Q.
what's
How
good.
many Mexican style fighters have you seen with great feet?
Man, fucking Roberto Duran had good feet. Chavez had good feet.
You talking about all
What's
time
his
greats?
name?
I'm talking about like, is
Marquez.
that the norm
Marquez
basically?
had good. Marquez had good feet.
Mm-hmm.
Barrera. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, bro.
I
Like
agree.
it's like dancing. Like having good feet is not just being able to do all the shuffling and all that. It's just having disciplined feet, moving where you need to go, defensively and offensively. You don't
Mm.
gotta be in there like Floyd and all that because, bro, a lot of people don't even know Duran was a great defensive player. They don't even look at Duran like that. They just see the power.
Yeah, he really
You know what
was.
I
He
mean?
was.
It-
He
It's
didn't get
Yeah,
hit with a lot of stuff.
Duran, one of my favorite dudes. He came to Rumble every time, bro.
My man Andrew said, I think the reports of Tank's hand injury in the Eastside Cruz fight was has been exaggerated. That was a close fight for Tank. I'm gonna say this, man,
Still beat him with one hand.
I'll say
bro,
this,
the
man.
feet, bro, the
Anytime,
feet, the feet killed
anytime
him.
you get you land a punch on. I notice anybody that land a punch on Tank, all of a sudden now they become a commodity. I mean,
Facts.
at the end of the day, I mean, say what you want about Tank. I mean, we all seen the videos of him grabbing people up and all that crazy stuff. But the brother can fight. And I'm honestly telling you, when Ryan knocks him out cold, it's gonna push Ryan to be the biggest fighter in boxing,
It's not
hands
gonna
down.
happen. It's gonna be
It's just that
shattered
simple.
glass. It's gonna be shattered glass in the ring. I'm gonna keep saying on every stream, they're gonna have to pick him up and take him to the hospital to make sure he all right. His Gatorade deals, everybody gonna be worried. Everybody gonna be at the hospital in the next couple days when he get put there. He's not skilled enough. He
Well,
hasn't
my
been
man
in the
Green,
ring
like you
with
said, Ryan going to sleep, bro.
man.
My man,
Yeah,
hey,
right.
Green, like you know
Facts.
what I want you to do, bro. I want you to stop ducking me, man. All you do is duck me and hit me with a comment every
Man,
now
shout
and
out
then.
Green Light, because
That's
Green
all I
Light,
got to say,
shout out Green Light. You know what you're talking about. When
man.
they gotta pick him up, and not to mention BVO is gonna get smashed with a pie in his face for talking about clown shit. So I can't wait to see this, bro. Like I will pay to see this. Bruce, everybody in the chat, everybody on the playback, when Ryan get melted, BVO gotta come and pie himself in the face like a clown, dude.
Hey,
I want
because I'm all
everybody to
about
know
fun.
that.
I'm all about fun, man. And
Of
I get
course.
hit with a pot. I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think Tank has a
For
shot.
saying clown shit.
But hey, I don't think Tank has a shot. But I'm gonna read another comment. He said this dude have kept all times talking about Ryan going to knock out Tank. We know that's Cap Green. Like he said,
You going there?
I'm not taking anything away from Tank, but I do think his fight with Pitbull in his most entertaining one. I
Mhm.
rewatched that a bunch of times.
Yeah, definitely was entertaining fight. Pitbull
I think
Cruz.
my favorite fight with him is when he fought Leah Steno Cruz because
Yeah,
that
I like
showed
that one
me
too. But that
that sh-
Pitbull Cruz fight showed a little different side of Tank you ain't get to see, dog.
yeah
Like Tank,
the
yeah, he
movement
was
for
moving
sure.
around because he only had the one hand, so he was really, you know,
Uh,
he was really out there boxing.
hey
You got to
man,
beat the champ, man. Eastside Cruz he ain't do enough to beat the champ. Like
see,
back in the
I
day, like
don't.
I'm pretty sure Bruce know what I mean by you got to beat the champ. Like you got to beat him, and
I
Eastside
don't
Cruz didn't
know,
do
man.
enough to beat him, bro. Go ahead, Q.
Like, see, I don't know. Like people say, man, the Eastside Cruz was the fight that people saying like Tank knew how to box. Like, bro, Tank bent like
That's
See,
a fact.
that's why I say I pay attention to the feet, like, cause that tell you everything.
Hmm.
Like Tank just don't got power because he got power. Like he do got power,
Hmm.
but it's a lot of people that have power with nothing else. Like we talking about
Ryan
like
Garcia.
Tank, bro, place his feet exactly where they need to be. Like if you
Hmm.
looking at even hella fights before that, like Tank was boxing. You talking about shifting your feet to throw the right uppercut and all that type of shit. Like man, it's he always like that boxing shit. I've been to Tank had it. That's why I was saying when I seen the Eastside Cruz fight, man,
Hmm.
that shit was boring, bro. Like that whole like everybody that fought like around that time, because you remember like all of them, Tank, Ryan, Tio,
Hmm.
Lomachenko, and Devin, they all fought like back to back to back to back. Bro, Lomachenko was the only performance that I liked
Yeah.
out of all of them fighting because everything that I seen them do, bro, it was like whatever. Like I knew Tio was trash and was gonna eventually get beat.
Mm.
Mm.
Esau Cruz, like, you know, Tank, he came and styled on him, but I knew he had that in his bag. Like Devin, that shit was not it. You know, the JoJo fight and the Lomachenko, bro.
What?
Lomachenko always like put that shit out there, bro.
Oh yeah.
Combination punch.
During
Yeah,
that time, you're right about that.
he got me with the what fight you said was trash?
That JoJo and Devin, nah.
Nah, before that.
The Esau Cruz and Tank, like that fight was like whatever. I seen been seeing Tank put demonstrations now with the boxing shit.
Yeah, facts. Yeah.
Like
Hey,
that's
we got a couple comments I'm gonna read real quick. My man said undercard said BBO is tripping. That's cap. He said he fought Pitbull Cruz with one arm since round six straight beast. My man Eli with the salute. My man said Ryan ain't better than Pitbull Cruz. Come on, bro.
I don't know about
That's just
that.
a lie, bro. That's a lie, bro.
now
I think
the
Ryan
best
would
dude
beat
that
him
I
up.
think, yeah, the best dude Tank got on his resume to me is Barrios.
I
Like
thought it was
Barrios and
Pedraza.
Pedraza.
I would say
It's an
Pedraza.
argument between Pedraza and Barrios. Those were two great wins
No,
by Javante. You can argue which one. I'm not disagreeing with you, my guy. You can definitely argue which was a better win. That's what makes them both good wins for Javante. So whatever y'all want to argue is cool with me.
like
My man
Barrios
said
better than Ryan right now.
My man
Barrios better.
said, hold on one sec. He said Tank always complain about his hands right after fights. I don't want to hear it. That's true too. And then you said Lopez was dumb. He should he should have took the Devin fight. At least it would have been Haney. And then you said why Ryan Duck Cruz.
Yeah,
That's
good
Cap.
question.
And then he
No,
said
it's not.
Pedraza was undefeated when he fought Tank.
Yep.
Hey, everything you just said was
And shout
straight
out
cow dung,
undercard.
bro.
Shout out undercard.
That was straight. Hey, my man Green, like, get on here with this, like, these crazy takes, bro. At the end of the day, man,
Green
the
light,
fact
all
is
right
this.
with me.
This is the thing I'll tell you, bro. Ryan Garcia, say what you want about him. Okay. The guy he's going both feet first into a Tank Davis fight when nobody really wants to fight Tank. You know, you hear the two-time email champion Devin
Oh,
Haney
man.
always say he'll fight anybody. Oh, I'll fight anybody. Well, if you fight anybody, man, why aren't you going on one fight per deal like
You got
everybody else?
Lomachenko next.
But listen, I'm talking about before then, before he did all this. If you so good and you know Tank is a cash cow, why wouldn't you do whatever it took? You from Mayweather. He's
Because he was
from
trying to be
Mayweather.
undisputed, bro.
Why wouldn't he go do whatever it took to make that fight happen?
He was
So
trying to be undisputed. He was fighting the people with the belts, bro. He wasn't worried about
the
Javante.
man never wanted to fight,
Now
bro.
go ahead.
So all these people that said they want to fight, they want to fight Tank. You had Tiafimo say he wanted to fight Tank. You said you had Ryan say he want to fight Tank. Now you even got Shakur saying he want to fight Tank. But
And they
guess who's
all,
fighting him? But
bro.
guess who's fighting him?
Come on, man.
The guy who you say ain't fought nobody. The guy
Lomachenko.
who you say ain't fought nobody. But see, the thing is, Ryan is a liar and a lame. So because Ryan is a lame, you want to bring up the fact that he's always lying about something. But guess what? Yeah, Ryan's
Because
a
he
liar and a lame.
is.
But listen, he's still right, liar and lame. No matter what, this guy still did whatever it took to get the Tank Davis fight, bro.
Yeah,
I
he
don't care
definitely
what
did.
nobody
He
say. He
definitely
did
deserves a
everything he
payday.
had to do to get the Tank Davis fight. You had B Hop say he gave up way more than he should have to get that fight.
Yeah,
But you
because
still
he's the bigger, because he got the bigger social media following, and Bernard is washed with that, brainwashed with that, and he doesn't even, bro. His ticket sales ain't messing with Tank. His ticket sales ain't messing with. like the top fighters, bro. So, and I don't like to talk about ticket sales. I'm just saying he got millions and millions of social media followers, but ain't nobody coming to his fights. Now they will show up to this fight because Gervonta's fighting him, and a bunch of casuals are going to buy the fight because
Here you
Ryan
go, man.
Garcia
Here
with
you
all
go.
his
Changing the
drills.
subject. It's the thing. I get it, prize fighter. You a brilliant
Come on, man.
man. I can't beat you at word games. I can only beat you in facts, bro. Hey
Hell
Q, I
no.
try to tell this man all the time. I'm not a professor, man. Bruce, I'm not a
Mhm.
professor, man. I can't beat him in these word games. The fact is
What
this:
word games?
Mhm.
nobody else wanted to take the fight and say, whatever you want, Tank, I want the fight.
The
You
same
want
guy
me?
that drop out of all the fights, he pull out of
I just
foreign
said
Tula.
all that. I just said the man's a lame and a liar. He's been that
Okay,
way.
so how are you convinced that he can whoop Javante? He
I'm
hasn't
convinced he
no
can whoop Javante because he's
because
so
of what?
confident. He went on a Mike Tyson show and
Confident.
said, I'm gonna knock
Man,
him out in 2 rounds.
man, come on, man. You know that's cap.
That
That
was not
dude is
cap,
not going
bro. That's what
that's
it
not
is.
he ain't knocked foreign tour out in 2 rounds. He not gonna knock no tank out in no 2 rounds, bro.
So
He didn't even knock he got dropped by Luke Campbell. He didn't knock him out in 2 rounds. Now I give him credit for the get back up and when he showed a lot right there. I was like,
man,
damn, the kid
hey,
gone.
guess what, bro? Guess what? Ali's been dropped. Sugar Ray Leonard's been dropped. People get
Man,
dropped, man. That's part of the
yeah.
game. The
Yeah,
thing
but not
is, you
he
moving the
got dropped
mark, bro,
by
like you
Luke
always do.
Campbell.
You moving the mark. The fact
Man,
is,
bro.
nobody wants to fight Tank, bro, but Ryan Garcia. That's the only person who went and said, "Let me get the fight." I don't care what.
Shakur fight him. Devin said he'll fight him.
That's cap, man. That's cap. This
Said
dude,
that
Devin
right
Haney,
here.
want. Devin Haney don't even want to fight Sugar Shakur, bro. What he say? I want to
What
fight
you
Shakur
mean?
at 147.
He said it.
That's what he said. So what
He
I'm
said it,
saying is,
but
bro, you just covering up for the fact
he
that the
also
man.
said that he was staying at 135 after he beat Lomachenko, and he's ready. He's willing to do any. He willing to
We'll
smoke.
see.
He want all the
We'll
smoke,
see.
bro.
We'll
Whether
see.
Bro,
Shakur
it
can beat him, I'm
sounds
gonna.
We'll see
good.
that.
It
Hey
sounds
Q,
good.
go ahead and
We
cook
gotta
Q.
see
But I'm
that.
just saying real quick before Q cook. I'm just
Go ahead.
saying the, Devin Haney said he was staying at 135 for all the smoke. So we gotta see, bro. We gotta wait till the fights happen. We gotta wait till Tank and Ryan go down. We gotta wait till Devin and Lomachenko go down. After that, everybody should be on schedule and on par to fight who and mix and match them guys, bro.
Go ahead, Q, man. I'm getting
Man,
frustrated talking to this brother.
I mean, yeah, I mean, as far as like, I don't know. We just gotta see. We just gotta see with the Devin. It been some things been going around, and to me personally, I got nothing against Devin. I like, I think he's a good fighter. I don't think he's on the level of, like Tank and Shakur. I'm gonna be honest, but I always felt like the stuff him and his pops been saying haven't all the way been true.
Mm.
I do. He went and did it, but to be Mr. Smoke, everybody ducking me. I do this, and that. I don't believe it. You know what I'm saying? And now, when we talking about like Shakur is on your ass, and he want that fight because he want them belts. I want to see that energy. I
Mm-hmm.
want to see
We
that
ain't seen it
same
yet.
energy
We
he
ain't
was
seen it
And
yet.
having,
that's a
bro.
good
He
good
ain't
segue
on it.
for our next topic right there. Exactly what Q said, bro. That's a good segue, man.
Hey, I say this, bro. We got a couple comments. Read a couple of these comments. My man Greenlight said, Tank make these fights look like tomato cans. LOL. When he puts Ryan to sleep, y'all going to say rehydration cause issue.
Right. It's a
That's
built-in
cap,
excuse.
Greenlight.
It's a built-in excuse already. So go ahead.
Hey, my man Undercard say, lie. Everyone wants to fight Tank. That's not true. That's a lie.
Yeah, it is because he's the money man right now.
But nobody's
Yeah,
signing up to fight him.
You're gonna get the
Oh,
most money when you fight Javante. So
and
yes.
that's because they just using like they've been using this to build his name. Devin, that's cool, bro. Or whatever, But when you really got to fight and that time come, like the Tank, ain't being comfortable at 140. Man, we might not see that shit for some years. We might not see Tank go up to 140 and really have to handle some business for a few years. But the 135,
Mm-hmm.
anybody up and around there,
Yeah.
shit,
Right. And
we
I
gonna
think
see.
Tank is a lot small for 140. He got to go up against the likes of Josh Taylor, Regis Prograde. Those are big 140 guys that probably could fight welterweight. So I don't like Javante really. at 140. I think 135 is his weight. And you know, Ryan Garcia again. I'll say it again. I don't think he has a skill. Yeah, he got the crack to do it. Everybody got a puncher's chance. Every boxer, every fighter got a
But who
puncher's
got the
chance,
nuts to fight Tank, bro? That's the thing, bro. You don't get a cat. The
bro.
fact is, he got the nuts
It's a
to go
money
fight
fight. It's
Tank.
a money
It's
grab,
not about
bro.
it being a money
Ryan
fight.
need money.
I seen a bunch of money fights, man, in the
Ryan needs
past.
money, BVO. He need
But
money. So he wants who else to fight for the most money?
didn't he just have a Gatorade commercial? Let me read these
A
comments, man.
Gatorade commercial.
You
Come
said
on.
Tank is getting called out from 130 to 140. That's true. Paulie said when Tank wins, people still won't give him his dues.
Right. That's a
Then
fact.
he said, then my man Andrew said at the end of the day, I'm really glad Tank and Ryan is happening. However, I feel how I feel about either guy. This fight, the people want to see. That's true. And
Yeah,
then you
yeah. I'm
said,
glad they stepping it up.
so did Hector. And then my man Greenlight said Ryan took the fight. We know he probably get a million. He gonna retire after that. That's cap.
He ain't gonna retire after that, but it'll be a long time after he gets stretched out. It's gonna be a long time before you see Ryan Garcia again. And it's gonna be I'll say two. His next two fights will be light touches, and that's just what it's gonna be, bro.
I get it. I get it. And then my man Paulie said Tank gonna take him to deep waters and drown him.
Yep.
I mean, what he gonna do? Drown him with his purse? I don't know.
It's gonna be whatever it's gonna. I don't know.
All
It
I can
might
say
be.
is
Might hit
that.
him upside the head with it. It's gonna be from
Then my man.
8 to 11. Ryan is gone, bro. He gone. He don't got enough skill to be in there, bro. His
Then my
last fight,
man.
he was sloppy.
Then you said my man Fax Paul, and then he said Tank has 28 fights. Are you crazy, BBO? And then he said Tango didn't get knocked out. Let me see. Greenlight said he said it himself. He was trying to get the fight. That's why he said he beat him in 2 rounds. Okay, I get that. Then my man said Ryan and Ali, you wildin'. I don't know what that means, but he said Tank drop him and stay asleep. And then you said 28 wins, 26 knockouts. We just want the fight. Tank, BBO is the king. BBO, you making no sense. And then my man Haney's supposed to be the boogeyman, but Shakur gonna cook him, which I agree. And then he said, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I done got way too far behind.
Yeah, I see a bunch of good comments that ain't been read.
Okay. I'm gonna read them all since you saying that.
Shout out Greenlight BVO. You better listen to Prize Fighter. He preaching to you. LOL. Andrew Charles. Eastside Cruz made $300K fighting Tank. I wouldn't call him the money man, but he's definitely the clout man. Like it's a great comment. Greenlight, shout out Greenlight. Prize Fighter. Ryan going to sleep. Think of the money he made going to sleep. Basically when he get melted, he gonna be asleep. And in his dream, he gonna know about all the money he just make. When he wake up, he gonna be like, and he gonna be happy as shit. Facts. Undercard. Y'all don't know where you at. I see the comments. Shout out Undercard. Just know I'm cooking you in the comment. He cooking. Shout out Undercard. And then he come back, and then Greenlight come back and say, my wifey said Shakur gonna take over the whole entire 135. Come on, man.
I put like this, man. If he can't keep them guys off of him, he's going to bed. What you think about that fight? Break that fight down for us, Q. What you think about that fight, man? That Haney versus Shakur.
Haney versus Shakur.
Yeah.
I think clean ass whooping. I'll be honest, it ain't gonna be close.
Now I want to get my man get Bruce back in here because he been wild quiet right now. So what you think about the Haney and Shakur if Tank goes on to win? They do what they supposed to do, and Devin wins, and then you get Tank and Shakur. I'm sorry, Tank and Devin.
Yeah, Tank and Devin, man. That's classic boxer puncher right there, man. That's a cool fight right there. It all depends how Tank looks when he fights when he goes against Ryan because I think Ryan's that's the biggest opponent Tank's fought and vice versa. It's a pinnacle fight and I'll judge that fight on the results of this fight because they both have two big hurdles to to overcome before that fight's made. But that right there should be what it should be the winner of Loma and Haney, the winner of Ryan and Tank. It should be mandated by the fans that that's a great fight. And man, I don't know. I I wouldn't. That's a 50-50 fight right there. I don't predict fights until usually the day before, until I see them after their press conferences, after their weigh-ins.
Yeah.
That's when you out on a ledge when it's a close fight like that. Because that fight is about as close as they come right there, man.
Now let me ask you one more question, Bruce. Do you think those four, what is it, four fighters? You got Tank, Devin, Ryan, and Shakur, right? Do you think all of those fights, if you mix and match them, do you think they all 50-50 fights? Because I believe they all
Yeah.
50-50
Yeah,
fights.
What
man.
about Tio? What about
That's
Tio?
the Kings we had. We're
Tio
talking
at
about
140.
Kings.
Ryan at 140.
Nah, he's fighting at what they
No,
fighting
Ryan's
at?
at
Ryan
140 though.
Ryan is at 140, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's,
Ryan's
it's
at
kind of
140.
like a tweener weight. It's a tweener weight between
Yeah,
140 and 135.
you
It's like
you know what I meant.
that's prime real estate right there.
Those
Hey,
four guys can fight between 35 and 40. So forget the weight. Out of those four guys, I believe that they're all 50-50 fights. Even Ryan, I think that, he's definitely I don't think him and Tank is a 50-50 fight, but anybody else, I think it's 50-50.
I'll just say this, man. I'll say this. We got a bunch of comments. I'm gonna have you read the comments after this, but I'm gonna just say this, bro. No matter what people say about Teofimo Lopez, he looked horrible against I can't remember the guy's name, Martin, Salvador Martin, something like that. He
Sandor
looked
Martin.
Yeah, Martine or
yeah,
whatever.
Martin. He looked horrible. But guess what, man? Teofimo is about to fight Josh Taylor next, bro. So all that cap about him being scared of Devin and all this goofy stuff. At the end of the day, man, this dude's shown himself to be a good fighter. He want to fight anybody, man. And I asked the panel this, and I asked the panel this, and I'm gonna have you cook first on this one, Bruce, and then I'm gonna have Q, and I'm gonna have you, prize fighter. When do you see slick fighters go after it all? When do you see them do it? I haven't seen it for a long time, but go ahead and I'll let you guys cook on that. What you think about that, Q?
Q or Bruce?
Go ahead,
No,
Q. It's on you, Q.
either one.
Shit, last time we seen Andre Ward, but uh, yeah, I say
Stevie
Andre
Folk.
Ward went for it all. Aside from that, just bringing it back to this time. I don't know. I really can't remember, but again, I won't all the way put it on the fighter. I put it on like you know, um, like how these promoters move and the Mayweather effect and stuff like that. But I think like now is we coming out of the bronze age. You know the what we got after Mayweather and stuff like that, all the Keith Thurman and Earl and Bud, I feel like that's the bronze age of boxing. I think we coming back to the golden age where these guys really gonna fight for
Mm.
it all. You know what I mean? They young when they do it. They ain't gonna turn it down. We got the Boots, Virgils, and all these guys that we talking about right now today. I feel like they gonna turn the tide to what it is to really just say fuck taking the loss. You know what I mean? Like fuck taking a loss. I'm gonna go out here and get the fans what they want and get this money because that's the only way I'm really gonna get paid because it's pay per view. If the fans don't want to pay to view it, then it's whatever. They only gonna pay for the best fighting the best. They're not gonna pay for you fighting the guy that they seen bagging their groceries. You know what I mean? So I don't know where it all will land, but as far as like right now, uh, man, I think Tank Ryan, uh, Jahad Tucker, Shoo Shoo, um, well, I don't know out of Boots and Virgil yet. I feel like Virgil just get hurt, and Boots he really ain't stepped up that competition yet for me to kind of really see where he at, but. Like some of those young guys, bro, I really got a lot of hope in them. You know, I don't know what they're gonna do, but I think they willing to put it all on the line.
All right.
What you think, Bruce Bossick historian? What you think about that, man?
Yeah, bro. I mean, fighters have to fight each other. You know, we've been here for almost 2 hours, and most of our conversation is what if, what if, what if, what if. You know,
Yeah.
no, that's what boxing's become today because they don't want to risk their O's. We don't have the proper matchmaking out there. Every fighter is their own. You know, they're fighting for a certain promotion, and they won't do anything that the promoter doesn't want them to do. Which see, I go back to the days of Leonard and Duran and Hagler. Those cats, they plotted their own course. You know, their promoters, they they stepped aside. You know, they saw this is what's best for boxing. This is going to make everybody plenty of money. Let them fight each other, and even the losers. How bad did Sugar Ray Leonard go after his first loss to Duran, and how bad did fucking Thomas Hearns go when he lost to Sugar Ray, and you know, and on and on and on. Nothing wrong with an L. I mean, even a violent knockout. That's why Fedora could come back. Who knows, man? Who knows? Just fight each other. Make the fans happy because we'll remember you, bro. We don't forget. We don't forget warriors, and that's what boxing needs. It needs more fighters who are willing to fight. Cambosa, he totally let me down, man. He didn't step up and go in after Stevenson when giving the fight after two back-to-back losses, man. I mean, you know, fighters have to step up to the plate, and that's what I'm in boxing to see. I'm in boxing to see great fights. I'm in boxing to get real excited, and I'm getting excited about seeing Devin and Lomo. I'm getting excited Tank and Ryan, and you know, I want the heavyweight division to excite me too. I want to see it. I want to see. I want to see Tyson Fury and Usyk fight.
Damn, mute your mic, Q.
Our brother smoking that gas over
Yeah,
there.
mute your mic, bro.
Man, I ain't even by my phone. I'm good now. My shit is a little wrong.
He was
I'm
drawing
outside.
real quick, though. He was in there, but yeah, I agree
I'm
with you, though,
outside.
Bruce.
Goddamn.
I agree with you, Bruce. I want to see the best fight, the best man. Hopefully, we get it. We dealing with a bunch of businessmen. We dealing with a bunch of money Mayweathers and not enough pretty boy Floyds and Sugar Ray Leonard's and Duran's. So, you know, hopefully we get the fights, man. And I really hope we do, man, because it's getting bad. But like you got people like me, you, BVO, Q, we clinging on to the sport, man. We don't want to let it go because we know it's our favorite. So it's hard to, you know, it's like that old girlfriend. You don't want to leave her alone, man. It really is, bro. But that's how I feel about boxing. Like much as I say I'm done with this. I ain't watching the fights. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. Saturday night when them fights come on, my ass is watching the fights. That's just what it is, and I can't let it go. So hopefully we get them fights, man. You know, it's good that Tank and Ryan are fighting. Like that's why I say shout out Ryan Garcia for taking the fight. I'll believe it when the bell ring, but it's getting close. So if he gonna pull out, it's gonna be any minute now. But
I don't think Tank gonna pull out, bro. I
no,
really
I ain't
don't.
talking about Tank. I'm talking about your boy. Tank don't pull out of fights. Ryan pull out of fights. So
Hey,
you
what
know,
my
so
man say? What my man say? Devin undercard said Devin struggled with southpaws and Tank and Shakur with smoke. Devin, I
that's his
agree with that.
opinion.
He said my man Greenlight said. Hold on one second. He said Shakur said every time he sparred Devin, he got the best of him. It's the way Devin always say he's been good and that he'll be a good fight in the future, which is true. And my
Mm,
man Andrew
Andrew,
said
shout out Andrew.
Shakur better in all categories against Haney, by my eyes at least. But that's a great fight. Maybe maybe sleeping on Devin.
Yeah,
Oh no, man. Then he said, I agree with the winners should face each other. That won't happen because they're gonna duck Ryan. Um, Prize fighter, do you do you follow my brother?
who
And
your brother? Oh no, he said, "Do I follow you, my brother?" No, I don't really got no content. You can catch me out here on BVO Nation, and make sure you smash the like and subscribe, man. For
Yeah,
real.
hey, I've been trying to get my man. I've been trying to get my man Prize Fighter announced it, man. When you think of BBO, it's not just me. It's your boy Prize Fighter
Yeah,
too,
but you
man.
don't. If you've been watching our lives, you already know what time it is. And I promise y'all, I will get the videos out there. Trust me.
Hey, read the rest of them comments, brother. About
I've been holding back, man.
my thing
For
is
real.
messing up.
Green light again says Ryan really at 147, bro. Yeah, he's a big dude, man.
Yeah, he is.
Undercard. BVO, wrench me up. Yeah, we've been lacking on the wrenches though, for sure. We got you. Yeah, I said it before, but we really gonna get on top of that though, for sure. Undercard. And then he said June 10th in the Hula Theater. Who fighting there? I don't know who's fighting there.
That's fucking we just talked about it. Fucking
Talking about Tio?
Tio.
Oh yeah, Tio.
Virgil
That's where they
Ortiz.
fighting at.
Oh no, is that Virgil and
No,
Stanionis?
No,
no, they was fighting in Dallas. They was fighting in Dallas, but they're
the
not
former
fighting.
140 at fucking Josh Taylor and Lopez.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay. And then we got shout out Greenlight again. He said, I think Tank have a 70% to Ryan's 30%. Ryan has only a lucky chance with the left hook. Facts. Tank ready for the left hook.
That's
He
cap.
ready for that. Shout out Andrew Charles. He said, great boxing talk, bro. 100. Appreciate you, man. So make sure you smash that like. We need that. Smash the like, smash comment, hit the dislike. We need all that. Shout out Greenlight again. He said, BVO, you have to start having your live shareable. We gotta look into that, big bro. Greenlight said your lives are not shareable, so he can't go off and say, hey yo, catch me here. Then people might, come tap in. We gotta check that out though.
Yeah, I'm still learning YouTube. I'm waiting on my man Q to teach me, man.
Yeah, give us a chance, bro. Give us a chance, bro. Because we over here unbiased, bro. Facts.
You're gonna be moving slow as me, then.
Damn. He's a king. I don't like that kind of energy, bro. We don't want that. Like, we good. he come over here trolling,
What do you say? The sport is amazing if we take the time to appreciate what's going on. You guys, that's true. That's true. Hey, you know what? And speaking of that, before we go to finish these comments up, I like that kid Shushu. I don't know if y'all guys been watching him.
Yeah.
I like him. That's my new favorite fighter, that boy
Shushu. Yeah, I like Shushu.
And then he said, you guys know Southpaw boxing. He be drilling the Haneys.
Yeah. Yeah, green light. Yo, Southpaw is relentless against them Haneys, dog. Like, Southpaw is a savage, bro. And even though I don't agree with all of it, but he's super entertaining. Shout out Southpaw.
I heard him on a boxing voice, man. He was talking crazy.
Southpaw is crazy, dog.
Did you hear Q? You ever heard him talk, bro?
Yeah, he's off the chain, dog.
Hey, Bruce, you ever heard Southpaw talk, man?
I'm not sure. I probably have, but there's so many nuts out here, bro. I mean, damn, it's like a squirrel in a field house,
Man, he was people like Randy Macho Man Savage, man.
Yo, after every one of his videos, he always makes sure he talk about Canelo's a drug cheat. Yo, he like Southpaw off the chain.
I think I know who the guy is.
Yeah, Southpaw say shit that a lot of people not gonna say. Shout out Southpaw, he off the chain.
You be saying some wild shit.
Yeah, Southpaw off the he say the shit, bro. Southpaw crazy.
Hey, but then my man said BBO doing great. I was telling him the only thing we have to do is post. You post so many different things. YouTube followers kick you elsewhere. Then he said it will have to happen to me. And then my man Athletic said, when y'all end the live, bro, soon to get home. We actually about to end the live right now. Hey, I'm gonna let Bruce and then Q. I'm gonna let y'all have a final word, and then we out of here, man.
All right, man. Hey, Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more. I appreciate you having me on here, BVO. Prize fighter, man. Awesome talking boxing with you and Q the God. I'm gonna send you a link in a few minutes. We're gonna get behind the and talk a little bit on this. I sent him some boxing magazines. I have to tell him the secret, the combination, and how to open them, and get the most effect out of them. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for having me on here, man. God bless, peace, love, and nothing but boxing, man. I'll catch you the next time around.
Appreciate you.
And too, man. Anybody wants to sub to me, Bruce Gas, Boxing, Jazz, and more on YouTube, I appreciate it, man. I'm trying to hit that magic 1,000 mark. So
yeah, we on there. We over there.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much, and we'll be talking to you again, man.
All right, peace, bro.
Peace.
Q, you want to go ahead and cook real quick?
Oh yeah, man. Shit. True to God, Lost Art of Boxing, the lab. Make sure y'all subscribe if y'all ain't subscribed. Man, shout out to BVO, man. You know what I'm saying? He coming a long way in his YouTube, going live. Hell yeah, staying consistent. Salute to my nigga BVO. Salute to you, prize fighter. You
Salute,
know
bro.
what I'm saying?
Hey,
Yeah.
and I can't wait to see y'all brothers April 22nd.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out BVO Nation. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like, bro. Hit the subscribe for us, bro. We over here, we chilling. We doing what we doing. It's not no bunch of screaming over each other and all that. We just over here cooking regular. Everybody got their own opinions, man. Subscribe to us, bro. Trust me.
All right, we out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace.